So what's going on, y'all? Welcome to episode 11 of New York Football Talks. You know why we're here. We're here to recap the quarterfinals, preview the semifinals, of course. You know who I'm here with. I don't think I have to introduce them anymore. Jared Valluzzi, Coach Mac. What's the word, guys? What's going on?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
How we doing, guys? This is it's exciting. Best time of the year, man.
So first of all, of course, already I got Monty in the chat early. Oh man, what a weekend
Setting the tone
for the Vikings for sure. We have a few things to go over. I'll wait for a few more people to file in, but just overall playoff football in New York. See my guy Quadair Gomez in the chat. Yo, nah.
Oh, my bad.
Yo, they own your body early, son. This is crazy. Hold up. Let Max switch up the Wi-Fi.
Frozen too.
The check did not clear. The check did not clear.
Alrighty.
Yo, Mac, you good, man? They turned your Wi-Fi back on? Not yet, Mac.
You're live. Switch over.
Yo, Mac, double check it. I'm not sure if it's good yet, but actually, it's settling in.
It's
settling in.
It's looking better now.
Yeah, I think it's looking better. I think it's looking better.
Hold on, damn.
Nah, that's all good. Everybody, a few people filing in. Erica, not ducking no smoke. I love it.
Lyle, man, is on one.
Oh man, I didn't. Yeah, if you're checking in, definitely drop in the chat. My guy Elijah White, how's it going? Big win for Eagle Queens. Oh, excuse me, for FJM.
Damn, yeah. Big win for both though, definitely.
Yo, Netflix live connection.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. Yeah, I had my chat in the wrong place. Eagle Queens in the building. Christian, I love it. Not ducking no smoke. Shout out to Christian and all the rail splitters, of course. We're gonna get into everything. We're about to get into everything. So first, we have 65 people in here. So a little mini announcement. I see some support for Curtis in the chat. We're gonna get to it. Number 12 checking in. 12 checking in. Big day for Adrian.
Big day.
I think Mac is still. So I'm just trying to stall for a little more time because Lincoln really cut the water. They really cut it off, man.
I know. Oh my goodness. Comments coming to the truth right now.
But so Jared, overall, it's just like your thoughts on the just Catholic and what we saw in the PSAL.
Crazy weekend. I mean, PSAL, dude, South Shore Lincoln. We're really gonna get into it. That was really interesting. Obviously, huge weekend for the Vikings. That was massive for them. Mac, welcome back. And sorry, bro, Lyle's killing me. Yeah, huge weekend. So that was really interesting. And then the Catholic League, which we're gonna get into on the later end, that was crazy. The Cardinal Hayes St. Anthony's game. Sorry to our guy Ed out there, but that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to talk about. Truly a crazy game. So just a lot overall to take in, and now it builds up. And honestly, there's a lot of matches we kind of expected to go one way. Now it really builds up for the semis. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so just early, just Mac, overall, your thoughts on the weekend, because we saw there were a few shutouts, man. There were not a few shutouts. There were some shutouts, but there were some upsets this weekend.
First thing first, how's the Wi-Fi?
It's okay. I think you're solid now. I think you're solid.
Okay, cool. Seeing a little comment up there talking about we need to go fund me for my Wi-Fi. Oh, that was pretty embarrassing. What happened Saturday? I think this was a great week of football. I think this was a great week of football. Just to kind of do an overview, this was the first time I actually watched a full Catholic school league game, like a full game start to finish.
Excellent game, man.
Yeah, that was amazing to see, man. Yeah, Hayes and St. Anthony's, that was a great game. We're gonna touch on the PSAL games. I'm pretty sure. I think I went 4-0 as far as predictions. I might actually.
Yeah, I mean the podcast did pretty well, except me. I was the only I was the only one who got a pick wrong.
I think I might have got one game wrong, which was Truman.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant overall? Yeah, we all got that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
all
to
of us,
Truman.
dude.
Overall.
And dude, in the 2A also, we
Yeah. I think overall I might have got one game wrong. I predicted the Eagle Erasmus game to be a shootout. I think Eagle scored 3 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Okay, well, fair enough. So yeah, I'm definitely here we can. Yo, Keith, what up, man? Keith, what up, man? I got your hoodie for sure. I definitely hope we get to recap some of these games before we move forward. I have a few things to say about these games this past weekend, outside of the Hayes game, of course. So yeah, Dre, lead us the way.
Yes. So we're stalling for a little bit of time. Would it get your Wi-Fi ready? Wanted people to file in a bit. So 78 people. So really appreciate you guys. 82? Oh, 84. Oh, it just updated. Mine is updating slow. That's crazy. Mine is updating slow. So great time to make an announcement. We'll post it on the page later, but you guys coming in here live, you're going to be the first to hear it outside the group chats.
William, what's up,
yes,
man?
it is official. We are live. Sage Media is live streaming all of the PSAL football championships.
Wow, man.
So we're really excited. Last year, we did the 3A and the 4A. And, this year we also get to do the 1A and the 2A. So really, really excited for this. Saturday it's going to be the 2A and the 3A at Eagle. Scoop. It's going to be the 2A and the 3A at Eagles Field on 7-7 Rutland. And then on Sunday, it's going to be the 1A and the 4A at Midwood. So, Monty, we better see you there. Definitely pull up on us, Monty. So, Yankee Stadium rumors, no. I don't know. Where'd you hear that? Go look at the PSL website. Midwood. Hey.
And the Yankee Stadium thing is not that good because they only can get Yankee Stadium on like a Wednesday. So the weekend games are definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's hype. Just wanted to make an announcement. We'll post about that later. And of course, with that, become some ad space is up for sale. If you're interested in marketing your business with us, it's definitely a great time to do this. We're gonna push this way more in the next football season. But huge marketing opportunity for a lot of businesses. Last year, the 4A championship did over 2,000 live viewers. I just checked; it's currently at 15,000 views on YouTube. So if you're interested in buying any ad space for your business, definitely reach out to the email you see. Everybody in here, share it out to whatever kind of business owners that you know. It's going to help. It helps keeps the lights on over here, of course. So really excited for it.
Yeah, Dre, I think my PR team or maybe someone from our operations teams already reached out to you. We will be sending you some footage for Move the Chains. I'm not sure if they got to you yet, but we have
not yet.
We have a couple commercials that we want to send over to you for the for this weekend's games.
For sure, man. So it's really awesome that we get to stream these games. And of course, another game that we're going to be streaming is the Riley Classic All-Star Game. Mac, I'll get you give me the floor. You wanna sell this one?
Sure, man. Why not? Yeah. So basically, when I was in high school, this game was like a thing. I felt like as the years went on, kind of lost its spice. Thankfully, Coach Riley's son, Kevin, reached out to me, asked me if I can partner with them for this game, kind of spice it up. So yeah, so we're here. Usually, in the past years, some things just wasn't to my liking, so I just wanted to change a couple things this year. Definitely wanted to get the kids some decent uniforms, so that's what we started off doing. We got a couple of more announcements that we're going to make for this game. I just want to thank you guys for helping me out with this, streaming it, shot by LJ, doing a flyer, taking pictures. The Carbonero Foundation for donating some money towards the game. I Am Printed for donating the uniforms for the game, sponsoring the uniforms for the game, which was really, really, really nice. Titan Sports Company for doing the coaching year. It's a great question, Tyler. It's a great question.
Yeah, let's
hit my DM, man. We'll come to the Bronx. The Bronx has been really spicy.
for real.
So I definitely would like to do something for the Bronx, or maybe Brooklyn versus Bronx, or Brooklyn versus, I don't know, but just to make things, great for the kids. So yeah, man, this is definitely the uniforms are on the Move the Chains Instagram story posts. You can go check the uniforms out. They're already done. They should be getting shipped to us soon, and then we can get them out to the kids that's playing in the game. But like I said, I want to thank all the kids that's playing, all of the sponsors that make this game possible and make it happen. And yeah, we're gonna try to get some nice footage. Hopefully, it's a very competitive game. This year, we're switching up the teams. The last couple of years has been like kind of blowouts, so we want to make things even. And we got trophies and money to give away for some of the kids that's going off to college after the game. Yeah, they're doing it.
Whoa, wait, hold on. That's an announcement. Hold on.
They're doing it pretty nice this year, man. Had a couple meetings and just trying to do what the kids would want. So that's what. Absolutely, my man. Every year we do the 8th grade game. That information, we kind of been getting caught up with the Rising Stars Bowl and the Riley Classic. But we'll get to the 8th grade game information, and we'll put it out as soon as possible.
New York, y'all better do better than the last one. Just saying.
Oh God, please.
Y'all better do better than the last one. Just saying.
Please. Yeah. Don't embarrass us like that again, please. Yeah, please. We're gonna do better as a whole. We're gonna do better as a whole this game. Like, so last year what Andre was just saying, we instead of doing the 8th graders, just us against each other, we'll do the 8th grade game, New York versus New Jersey. Last year the game was didn't go too well. This year, definitely. Monty, need you to head of operations for that game. I don't know about coaching. Still gotta figure out what you know. But yeah,
I don't know about your creds.
We're definitely gonna put a better product on the field this year for sure.
Hey, and there's a couple people asking about, Bronx All-Star games. And, I love this. There should be Bronx All-Star games.
I agree.
Obviously Coach Mack is from Brooklyn, went to school in Brooklyn. His business is mainly in Brooklyn. So it makes all the sense for him to pick up Did you play in the Riley game?
Yes, I played in the Riley.
Yeah. I mean, Mac played in the Riley game. So it just kind of makes sense that Mac is picking it up for Brooklyn. If there's anything for the Bronx, I'm 100% willing. I mean, I live close to the Bronx in Brooklyn right now, so I'm definitely willing to help out whatever is in
Same.
the Bronx. So definitely make some noise about it. Maybe follow Brooklyn's lead, and maybe there's a game next year. Obviously, the problem with us being in New York, and especially All-Star games, is that after Thanksgiving, the weather really turns, and basketball picks up, and you know how basketball is in New York. So I would I would love for there to be, just like Hector saying, like a Bronx Manhattan, game
Yeah.
or something like that. I
Yes.
don't know how many schools Manhattan actually has. Like APR is secondly in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, APR and East Harlem Pride. Um, where's Stuyvesant? In the city too?
It's my ignorance. I thought it was in Queens.
No, I don't think so.
Uh, Let me see. They're in the 2A, right? Oh, they didn't make the playoffs. Oh yeah, this was the team that I thought Stuyvesant was the team I thought got the short end of the stick, honestly.
I think Stuyvesant
Um,
is in
well, someone in the chat will tell us.
yeah, for sure. I was waiting for somebody to say it. But I think you're right.
Somebody will probably say it. But I think we've gone on long enough.
Definitely.
Riley All-Star game. Listen, we know there's just under 100 people in here. The semifinal bracket is set. And okay, so Stuyvesant's in Manhattan. There you go. So the semifinal bracket is set. Shout out to my guy TYJ for the graphic, of course.
No, no, no.
And if you're living under a rock, you see who's in the bottom left corner of this. It's the number 5 seed, South Shore Vikings, breaking up the party of the usual 4 horsemen. So before we get into the game specifically, I know we haven't heard from Jared in a bit. So Jared, just talk about the significance of a 5 seed. Like I don't think we've seen an upset in the PSAL in could someone in the chat tell me the last time there was an upset in the quarterfinals of the PSAL playoffs? I mean, Jared, just your thoughts, just looking at this,
Yeah.
seeing South Shore breaking through.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta, be a while for, that kind of upset. And honestly, coming into this season, it was the big four, right? I mean, everyone was anticipating E-Hall, Tottenville, Curtis, and Lincoln. And, especially with how good they've been throughout the years, and South Shore coming from the 2A to the 4A, making that huge jump, all the expectations, all the hype, them actually losing the one big game that they had in the regular season, according to a lot of people with Canarsie. So not a lot of people thought they were actually going to be able to get it done. And for them to, go to Lincoln's place, do exactly what they did, I mean, it was impressive and huge for kind of like the rebirth of South Shore right now. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it was when I saw that final, it was like I picked South Shore to win, but it's like I thought it would be like closer. I thought it would be closer. So it definitely
Yeah.
surprised me. And then I watched it back and I was like, wow, like they might make a run. They really might make a deeper run than I expected.
So real quick, like I said, you guys are allowed to use Sage Media, this platform, New York Football Talks, for whatever kind of propaganda hype. Listen, coach lying on me, but you know what? You can cut that part out and just look. Yes, I said it. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely said this. Yeah, Vikings. Trust me, I'm your number one hater, South Shore. So you guys can put me on whatever billboard y'all want me to, what y'all want to, if that gets you to play the 1% better. Mac, you particularly, you have exactly, Bugsy. So like, even if I actually said it, I mean, you're gonna listen to the guy who picked Eagle over E Hall. Um, Mac, this is something that you've been talking about for a long time. How you were wishing that there was some parity in the PSAL, and here you have it. So when you look at this and you just think about all of the strides that this league has made on and off the field, just talk about it.
Yeah, man. Wow. I just want to say Shout out to the South Shore coaching staff. That was a crazy take.
Victor, you're my guy, man.
Yeah. I want to say shout out to the South Shore coaching staff, man. That was a hell of a game. That was probably the biggest win in PSAL in a long time.
Mhm.
Or the biggest upset in PSAL in a long time. You're talking about a team. They keep saying that came from the 2A, skipped over the 3A, went into the 4A. Then they said they didn't play nobody. It was playing like a 2 or 3A schedule in the 4A. That's kind of disrespectful to the teams that they played as well, but we don't talk about that. But they played a 4A schedule. They had the non-league game versus Canarsie, which I think when they play Canarsie, the team that they have now isn't the team that played in that Canarsie game. To be completely honest, last Monday, I felt like a South Shore hater, even though I never went against them, right? So when we were doing the predictions, I felt obligated to say that South Shore was going to win the game. Since we're
Hold on
being
a second,
traced,
Mac.
yeah.
Yes. Hold on. I'll even full
It was an
screen
upset.
myself.
Yeah,
Yes, it was an upset.
that's an upset. Yes.
Yes, it was an upset.
Yeah, that was an upset. I mean, that was an upset. Lincoln has been, considered one of the top teams in the top division in the PSAL for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
South Shore was just like kind of coming on the come up. Not on the come up, but they're coming from a lower division, moving up. Yeah, they were the underdogs. So although I did pick South Shore to win the game last Monday, to be completely honest, I didn't think they were going to pull it out. And then when watching the game after seeing the first drive, and Lincoln literally went down the field and scored, I'm like, damn, it's not looking too good for South Shore. Then South Shore responded, which was pretty impressive. Then I saw how high powered that offense was looking, and Lincoln had a serious tough time defending them. That game, honestly, put me in the mind state of they're going against Curtis this week. The final score of Lincoln and Curtis, I think the final score was 12-6 or 13-6, something like that.
Lincoln versus Curtis. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
13-6 or something.
it was a low scoring game. It was a low scoring game, something like 13-6, 12-6, something like that. Now it's starting to have me wondering. I don't think this is going to sound crazy as hell. I don't think this Curtis South Shore game is a one-sided game like people are expecting, because I think South Shore can score, and I think Curtis is going to need to match their offense. Good looking, Victor. Let's receive a core in the city. Yo,
Appreciate it.
yeah, man. This is gonna be this Final Four. Super, like, it's interesting, man, because I can honestly say you do not know who is going to win and who is going to lose this upcoming
Absolutely
week.
not. You do not know.
You do not know.
But real quick, let's like stick to this game. Let's start our breakdown. Or I know you kind of went into it a bit.
Yeah.
Jared, I'll give you the first say on this game overall. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So one thing that first off need to give credit, or credit's due to Nick Cyrus right off the bat. I mean,
thank you.
Like the questions that people might have had coming into this game, because he didn't have the best outing against Canarsie, like he answered the doubters, and he certainly proved them wrong. I mean, to go to Lincoln and be that efficient, I think it was 14
Yes.
19.
14 of
Yeah,
19.
234 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's really impressive. And the way he was running that offense, and honestly, shout out to that South Shore coaching staff with the scheme that they run and the play calling. It's definitely really difficult for defenses to cover and defend. So that's really difficult. But Nick Cyrus ran a great offense, and he has amazing weapons. And also, just because everyone loves to bring up the Canarsie game so much, man, another big bounce back performance. Adrian Antoine,
This kid is incredible. He's just an
incredible,
incredible
right?
athlete.
I mean, in the Canarsie game, he could have had a big touchdown, but obviously that's sports. You can't always make every single play, and Canarsie ended up winning that game. But against Lincoln, when it mattered even more, he showed up, had a big time outing, and then also South Shore's defense played well. I wish Kyan was able to play for
Yeah.
for Lincoln, but he
Yeah.
wasn't. But regardless, South Shore's defense still stepped up, and they played well, and I'm sure they were able to handle the Lincoln big boy physicality.
Yeah, so there's a few things to talk about with this South Shore team. First of all, I remember when I posted the game of the week schedule, and there was 3 South Shore games. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, 3 South Shore games! Somebody save us!" Like, you know, you guys, diss them with their schedule and this, and that, and you've just been feeding the beast. You've been feeding the beast, and you haven't been paying attention. If you have been questioning Nick Cyrus past, I don't know, past week 2, if you have been questioning Nick Cyrus past week 2, you need to evaluate how you look at football, because it's, I don't know, like it's it's just clear how elite of a talent he is. Listen, and we all right, we're gonna get into everything, because I think that this is a very, very important point. So
Oh yeah,
let's
Daniel
just get into
Jermaine.
it. Let's
Sorry.
just get into it right now. Daniel Jermaine was absolutely incredible
Solid.
on Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
15 times is all you need. You see that the offense that South Shore runs. The thing that makes South Shore's offense so difficult is everything looks the same, but they can run 3 plays out of the same look. And as a defender, especially as a linebacker trying to make a decision of what you have to do. And remember, these decisions have to be made in less than half a second, or you're half a step short and you're missing the play. And Daniel Jermaine just taking those dive plays. He even caught a pass out of the backfield as well. Does anyone have the numbers of the tackles he made? I actually had
I think
do
it
they
was
have the
13.
tackles up? Jesus Christ.
I think it was 13.
13 tackles
Yeah,
and
it
3 for a
was. Yeah, yeah,
loss.
13. He had 3 for loss. I'm glad we brought him up. I mean, I had a whole thing honestly prepared for like how good and how important Daniel Jermaine is to this team. So that was massive.
Yeah,
I
and,
also
and
want
it's something that. Go ahead, Mac.
now I just also want to shout out the South Shore receivers for blocking.
Say it again. Say it
Yo,
again, please.
Mm-hmm.
doesn't
All
get
these.
highlighted enough. It doesn't get highlighted enough for receivers. Receivers need to block. It seems like they take
Oh, Mac,
the receivers.
Mac, can you say that one more time, please? Can you say it one
Yo,
more time?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I gotta give credit. The receivers take pride. Like they were blocking like they were old linemen down the field. Like that was great to see. Tajay Schulters. It's a clip going around on Instagram. Yo,
Yeah.
blocking, blocking. Like Receivers, you want to get the ball too much and not really want to put in the work when it's not their time to get the ball. Yo, they did an amazing job. That's why, you know what? After watching the JFK game, and figuring out how they was able to get to bust open these screens, when I watched the Lincoln game, I'm like, yo, damn. When they run these screens, the receiver that's stacked on the same side, yo, he is blocking his ass off. That's super important, man. Like, yeah, I gotta really take my hat off to those guys. And Daniel Jermaine. Another thing which was super impressive, and this is no shade to Lincoln. Lincoln has enough talented kids on their team where the majority of kids can play. Well, the majority of kids can just play one way. They have a few guys that go both ways, but they have a lot of one-way guys. Yo, South Shore had a lot of kids that went ways, man. Did not leave the field and was given maximum effort. Gotta take my hat off to those guys. It was the small things that I was watching in those games that just showed that South Shore was really in it to win it, man. That was good to see. That was really good to see.
Yeah, and it's just something that the coaching staff of South Shore has put in from day one. Unapologetically, I'm going to put you to the sword. I don't care if it's Utrecht, if it's Eagle Academy, if it's Port Richmond. I'm putting you to the sword. I don't care if we don't shake hands after the game. I'm putting you to the sword. And some people might not like it, but I love it. Why? Because you see when the lights are the brightest, and I tell you to flip the switch, the thing about that saying, to flip the switch, it's good and it's bad. Because yes, you have to flip the switch and get more intense, but that needs to be your baseline. Your standard needs to be high. And South Shore has played with desperation since week one. So now when it's time to play with desperation, when it all counts, it's regular to them. And this is what we always saw. Like, I guess you hear it over and over again. I know we're older guys, and obviously we know how it goes when adults are trying to tell you something. But when we tell you guys you have to stay at a high intensity all the time, this is why. Because I'm going to be honest, South Shore played with way more desperation than Lincoln did on Saturday. It's just the truth. They were blocking like the way the South Shore receivers were blocking was like, we don't want this to be our last game. We will do anything to make sure that this is not our last game. If you guys let me to go to the next point, I want to give a huge shout out to someone on South Shore who literally is the poster board for what you want in an athlete, and that is Amir Tucker. You have all of these superstars at South Shore. You have Rich Perkins, who's rewriting record books. You have Tajay Schulters, who's a human joystick, right? You have Adrian Antoine, who I've been saying this since like week 0. I'm like, yo, this kid, Adrian Antoine, like every time I see this kid, what'd you say?
What number is this kid you talking about?
I'm pretty sure he's number 19. I'm pretty sure Amir Tucker is 19.
Yo, solid.
Yeah. So, and again, you have Adrian Antoine, who's like every time you see him, he's catching a touchdown. And then you have Amir Tucker, right? 92% of the time, Amir is blocking, right? But when he's blocking, he doesn't go on Instagram and share, clips of him open.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him on the sideline saying, yo, coach, you don't see me open? Coach, can you run a play for me? No. And when it mattered the absolute most in this, so Amir's 19, yeah, Amir's 19. When it mattered the absolute most in the brightest spot of the season, Nick Cyrus does what y'all should have known he can do. evades a free rusher on the end, spins off him.
Late spin. That was nasty. Late spin with the point. Yo, excuse my language. Whoa.
Whoa is right. Whoa is right. That when we say, but like I said, it's not a surprise to me. Maybe it was a surprise to Lincoln. I don't know. Like I've been trying to warn everyone all season long, talking about the South Shore smoke screen. You guys are caught up in the win screen, the wins, whatever they do on social media, and you don't think that this team is a desperate team trying to win a championship. And that's what this team's trying to do. So in this play, Nick Cyrus spins off of a rusher, keeps his eyes downfield, and Amir Tucker is coming across the formation. I think it was on some kind of like a deep, maybe dig route or something like that. Or maybe he was blocking. I'm not exactly sure. But he doesn't give up on the play. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure the play was supposed to go to the right side of the field. And then when Nick spun, it was only Amir on the other side of the field. But he's not someone who, oh, the play isn't to my side, so I'm not going to run my route. He's still running his route. He's still aware. He sees his quarterback is in trouble. And all he does is adjust his route, take like 3 steps inside. Cyrus hits him, 60, 70-yard touchdown. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is what it takes to win a championship. And you could see that this South Shore team has the mentality to do it. Are they going to do it? I don't know. They got to go to a very, very difficult place to win. So coach is telling us right here. So he was blocking, then he released. So this is what I'm saying. Sorry, I don't mean to be so disrespectful, but I'm gonna be a little disrespectful. Most of you receivers are not even gonna block, so you can't even get to the release because you're not even gonna block. You're already switched off because the play is to the opposite side. So, and yes, I am very harsh on receivers because I feel like receivers, that's a whole nother segment. But yes, I've been talking for a while. I just really love when I see players who don't get a lot of shine and then, they pop up on the biggest moment. Why are we still talking about South Shore Lincoln? Because it was one of the biggest games in the past, 7 years in the PSAL? So yes, we are still talking about them. Jared, would you like to talk about them more? Amir Tucker? We're actually gonna spend another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was
on
gonna say
them
we
now.
can keep going. We can keep going. I like that. Yeah, no, but wow, what a game for him, dude. And it's also just like, I love talking about, those South Shore receivers and Nick Cyrus, but man, this is a deep team, and especially defensively, they have a lot more dogs than people know of, and it's really impressive. It's really impressive. And now I think that they're on a bigger stage. Some of those guys that maybe don't get the shine from us every single week or other people noticing these big games against Curtis, they're going to have to play well if they want to win. So if they come out on top, we're going to be talking about more guys than just Amir Tucker next week. And that's what's great. That's what's amazing about these big time games. I'm glad we have the South Shore Curtis matchup when you have Curtis's defense and South Shore's offense, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Real quick, and just to talk about the Lincoln side of it. So of course it's a very disappointing loss for Lincoln, for sure. And something that we've been saying since day one, especially on this platform, especially me, I really, really liked how Lincoln looked in the Tottenville game. I thought the defense was peaking at the right time against Curtis. But the main thing we've been saying is that Lincoln make way too many mistakes. And just like I said, back to that analogy of the switch, I guess the switch can only take you so far. You know what I'm saying? Like your habits will catch up to you. And the Lincoln mistakes, it was like that game was like a microcosm of Lincoln's whole season. Just to talk about, you know, Lincoln score first, then South Shore score. I'm pretty sure Lincoln scored again. I don't exactly no, Lincoln did not score again. So South Shore scored. So it was 14-6 or 14-7 or something like that. Corey Reese scrambles out of the pocket. He throws it to the running back, drops the ball, and it's intercepted. Next play is the Amir Tucker 60-yard touchdown. Lincoln did a good job. I'm pretty sure they scored right before halftime. They came back. But then to open the half, they get a stop, right? 4th down, they get a stop. Next play is a 20-yard completion to Solomon. Oh, excuse me. So they get the stop, and then there's a penalty after the 4th down play. I don't know if you guys remember this. There's a penalty after the 4th down play. So now Lincoln are in South Shore territory, and then they get about a 20-yard completion to Solomon. So they were supposed to have the ball on like the 20-yard line, but guess what? Holding. Take it back. A play or two later, 15-yard sack. Next play, they snap the ball over the punter's head.
That's what really killed him.
1-yard touchdown, game over.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but you can only run away from your habits for so long. And Lincoln is a team that was prone to make the big mistake, and they ended up doing it. So Jared, actually Mac, you want to talk about this game from Lincoln's perspective?
No, I think Lincoln not having Cayenne hurt them a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the mistakes hurt Lincoln. Like you said, the holding, and definitely the punt over the punter's head. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, yeah, you're giving South Shore the ball on the 2-yard line. They was already up a score at the time. That's hard. I see in the chat they're talking about the QB play from Lincoln. I think both kids did what they had to do. Christian definitely has a bright future. Corey came in, had to learn the system within 1 year, which can be tough. He's coming from a different school, transferred over for his senior year, had a lot thrown at him. So that was kind of tough on Corey. I think he still had a solid season for what it was. I saw in the last few Lincoln games, they got Christian in there. Christian looked really good, man. Running the ball, throwing the ball. So I'm curious to see how things. 10 from Lincoln. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who is 10 for Lincoln. I actually don't know.
Is that the running back? Is that
Oh, that is. Oh, excuse me. Yes, that is the running back.
Cody?
Sorry.
Cody, right?
Yes, Gillespie.
Yeah,
I forgot that. Yeah. He did have. He had a very good game.
Yeah, he had a really good game, man. He's really good. I'm not sure what year that kid is in, but he played a really good game. Cayenne is a big piece for Lincoln defensively too. He plays outside linebacker, so not having him on the defensive side of the ball kind of hurt them as well. But yeah, overall, man, I think Lincoln is competitive year in and year out. They're always going to reload. Their JV beat Erasmus this year, so that kind of tells you where the program is moving forward.
Oh, Lincoln's JV.
Yeah, Lincoln's JV beat Erasmus this year. Yeah. So that puts things in perspective of what kind of program they're running over there.
And real quick, my guy E. I honestly disagree with this. I think if you just look at the numbers, Corey was the second leading passer in the whole 4A. I'm pretty confident. So
Corey was the leading passer in the 4A?
The second leading passer.
Oh, second leading passer. Oh, really?
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm like 98% sure.
I think he's in the top 3.
Oh,
I said in the 4A, not the whole league.
Yeah, you said 4A. Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's legit. So that's good.
He's top 3 in the league. Threw for 1,100 yards, only behind,
Solid.
only 900 yards behind Nick Cyrus. Corey was tremendous this year. And it didn't fall just to Corey for Lincoln's shortcomings, because Corey didn't hold whoever he had to hold, whoever did the holding on on that play. So shout out to Corey Reese. He's definitely going to be an all-star because he deserves it, and I feel like he has a really bright future. Jared, last words on this game?
Yeah. I just want to say, and I think you guys obviously agree, big shout out to Lincoln's senior class. I know it's not
Cody's a senior, by the way. Cody Gillespie's a
mhm.
senior.
Yeah, Cody's a senior. Kyan a senior. Solomon, Jakai, Corey. I mean, so many of them. So just like a lot of key players. A little bit of an end of that era, of course. Of course, the team changes every single year, but those seniors are really talented. They're really fun to watch, and unfortunately, South Shore just got the better of them that day. And also with Lincoln, though, the cool thing was seeing Christian, a sophomore, play really well in the playoffs, and seeing that he's got 2 more years as a rail splitter, and hearing about their JV team beating Erasmus Hall. So, I mean, we all know Lincoln's not going anywhere. We know how great that program is. So it's gonna be fun seeing what they got next season.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted. It's still the 4 horsemen, because just because you beat them once doesn't. You're not a 4 horsemen because you make a run to the playoff once. So, I guess South Shore.
Yo, wow, clip that up. Yo, Lau, clip that up.
They're not the 4 horsemen yet. Are you kidding me? You don't make one playoff run and then you're in the 4 horsemen of the PSAL. That's disrespectful to a team that has been at the top.
Playoff talk. Yeah, we talking playoff talk. Dre talking spicy. Nah, Dre,
that's spicy.
I mean, like that's fair, right? But what was the last time? I mean, what was it? 20.
Hold on, Mac. Hold on a second. Let me go after Mac. Mac told me that Lincoln hasn't lost a home playoff game since 2007.
Right. So, with that being said, if you're South Shore and you beat Lincoln, are you not with the big horsemen? You're still. Are you
like
still saying like?
Are. I think Dre's just talking overall, right?
Yeah, we only talking about this year, because when we start talking playoff talk, now I got to put the glasses on. And when we start talking tiers, I needed that. When we start talking tiers, and you say that South Shore isn't like one of the big dog. You didn't see the my story post when I was outside of 65 Flatlands Avenue with 2 pit bulls? You don't think they got some dogs over there at South Shore now?
All right, so
come on. Seriously.
All right. So, where'd you have them on your last power rankings again? What were they?
It's been a while.
Were they 6?
It's been a while.
6, sir?
They were 6.
Oh,
they were 6.
Okay. So that's 2 spots away from the top 4.
And if I was to update the power rankings again, I would have to put them at 4. I would have to put them at 4. Respectfully, I would have to put them at 4.
Well, yes, man. Look at this graph. Of course, you put them at 4 now.
Well, now, I mean, you gotta beat somebody to move on. I feel like they've proven themselves, at least this far, to be in the top 4. They gotta be we gotta mention them with the big dogs now. I don't think we right?
No. So okay. So I did want to move on, but my statement is, you don't become, like, when I say the 4 horsemen, we say, okay, someone has never seen the PSAL before, and they say, hey, can you tell me about this league? The first 4 schools you're going to mention are Erasmus Hall, Tottenville, Curtis, and Abraham Lincoln. You're going to say, if you want to talk about the history of this league, if you want to talk about the current state of events of this league, these are the 4 top dogs. And then you'd say, yes, there is a team, South Shore, who has had a great season. To be a 4 horseman, you have to have sustained success.
Ooh, and this is playoff talk. All right, so Dre, if we had to do, let's just do it really quick. If you had to do a tier list, right? In what tier is South Shore going in currently?
I mean, like I said, Mac, we can do it, but of course, look at this graphic.
No, I don't want to do it.
They're in the semifinal. Of course, they're going to be in the top tier. Like they're one of the last 4 teams left.
Tier one, tier one, tier one.
They're going to be in tier 1. Of course, they are.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
Of course. I mean, that's not. I mean, it's the final 4. I mean, like, it's not like an 8 seed one.
Well, they could be a tier 2 team and be in the final 4.
Correct. They could, but yes, they are a tier 1 team. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Fair. Just had to clear some things up.
That's awesome.
Jared, I hear your silence. You didn't pick a side, Jared. I see that. Right?
Nah, man.
Don't say you're not getting off. You ain't getting off.
I kind of agree where it's like, if you're blind to it, and it's like, all right, yeah, like program wise, but this year, yeah, of course, South Shore got the better of them. But now it's like, let's see what we got now. If South Shore goes on an even deeper run, then it gets even more interesting. So we'll see. It's still a wait and see. I'm excited to talk about them and Curtis later. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's gonna be fun. That's when I'm really gonna.
By the way, listen. Y'all got like 2 more days with this. Nobody's calling y'all. No one's calling y'all a 2A team since like week 0. All right, y'all got 2 more days with this.
I see the narrative they're trying to paint with the. You can't knock it. They should have the rest of the season with this narrative, but as soon as the season is over, you cannot. All right, 218, we get it. You guys are not a 218.
So let's get into.
I don't know if that's coming. I don't know if that's coming. I gotta see, man. I'm like, oh, it's a packed week. I'm not sure. We'll see though.
Oh my God! Because the Long Island Championships are this week. Oh,
dude, the
man.
county championships, E-Hall T-ville as well, rematch. We'll see.
This joke will always be funny. We out.
It's funny.
I'm gonna remember this forever. This is hilarious.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. Yeah, Jared, we'll talk offline about the Long Island Championship. I actually do want to talk about it, but we won't take any airtime on it. Tottenville Kennedy is the next game I want to move on to. I think it was the most interesting of the quarterfinals. At final was 43-16 Tottenville. Now you might say, Andre, like this is the most interesting game. What are you talking about? The score was 21-16 at halftime. And now I'm looking, so interesting. I'm looking at the box score for the first time. In the first quarter, the score was 21-0. So it was like, all right, let's pack these Bronx dudes up. But then in the second quarter, 16 unanswered points for this JFK team, this young JFK team that has so much coming back next year. Derek Betances is able to come back in this game, 10 rushes for 88 yards. I've just been so impressed with Derek. I don't know how many all-city lists there are, how many teams, if there are 1, 2, if there are 3, if there are 4. I think it's going to be really hard to have Derek Betances not on one of those lists, man. Fantastic season. And of course, the freshman that's really lit up the entire league, Jeremiah Sinat, 5 for 13, 75 yards and a touchdown. I know that, he has these 2 interceptions, but as a freshman to go to 100 Luton Avenue and to put up a really good fight, I'm really excited to see the future of Mr. Sanat. And if you guys even notice in that South Shore game, they did run some spread a few plays. So, Coach Vega's really, confident in this young guy.
Who ran the spread? Who ran some spread?
In the South Shore game, they went 3 or 4 wide a few times. JFK.
JFK. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for this young team. But I'll let Jared take this one first because you can talk about Tottenville and coming off of let's be honest, a disappointing effort against Curtis. I mean, 300 yards between Tyshawn Ben and Corey Brown. That's the recipe you need.
Yeah, I mean that's Tottenville football right there, especially when you only need to attempt 3 passes the whole game.
Oh God, it was 3? Oh.
Yeah, they really didn't need to pass the ball. Tyshawn and Corey did their thing. Nick Costantino also got in on the fun a little bit. But also shout out to Tottenville where they got out to a great start. I think they were the ones who took the early lead, and then JFK came back, made it interesting. But in the second half, Tottenville they kept the foot on the gas and they ran away with it, which is huge. And yeah, good night to you as well. But yeah, Tyshawn and Corey, man, it's same old recipe, but man, Tyshawn bent 202 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's a very big bounce back game for him. Especially, I mean, if there was any doubts about his health, I didn't actually get to see how he was feeling, but it looks good, right? When you rush for 200 yards, so it looks good. So that's big for him, especially going into a big matchup with Erasmus Hall. But shout out Kennedy. Really, really tough first round matchup. They made it more interesting, I think, than a lot of people thought. Like you watch that South Shore game, you're like, okay, Tottenville's gonna run away and win this by like 50 against JFK. That didn't happen. Kennedy's got a good team, good program. They are right in the mix there in the middle of the pack in the 4A, and they're only getting better. And shout out to those guys carrying the football: Miguel Gomez, Derek Batansis, a lot of guys making plays.
Mac?
Yeah, man. After I found out the halftime score of this game being 21-16, I mean, that just shows fight. And I didn't know they was down 21-0.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
But that just shows
that's
fight.
tremendous, man.
Yeah, that is crazy. Fight that JFK had to come back and make it a close game at half. Super impressive. JFK has a young team, and I think they're kind of getting in the mix and trying to get, some talented kids over there in the Bronx and to start really making some noise. Tottenville, we know what Tottenville is. They have the 2 fastest kids in the city on their roster, which is, it's going to be hard to stop. I'm pretty sure JFK was, planning to kind of bottle them up as much as they could. But yeah, man, we kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, but I definitely want to raise a huge, huge red flag. 3 passes for Justin McGuire. Now, this is why I don't like this. First of all, this kid can really throw the ball. And, you're going into a matchup, and we'll break it down more, but you're going into a matchup against Erasmus Hall, who really did a great job bottling up, for the most part, bottling up Tyshawn in that first matchup. And I just really think that, you guys know I've been saying this all year long. Like, I really value balance in these offenses, especially now that we're down to the final 4. Justin McGuire has that. I think I called him Justice before. My apologies. Justin McGuire. He proved to me in that E-Hall game that he can really spin it. And Costantino is one of the most dangerous players in this whole league. So, and I think that really hurt them against the Curtis game. They could not get Nick going, and it was just all Tyshawn and Corey, and obviously a defense as fast as Curtis. If they have only one thing to really worry about, it's going to be hard to get past them. And I think, of course, I know E-Hall has the same caliber of defense, and you have to get on the bus, go over the bridge, and go to Sid Luckman. So, just your thoughts on that, Jared. Am I looking too into it? If it's broke, don't fix it. Or do you think that, you kind of wish they threw the ball a little more?
It's interesting. I think just because in those situations when you play E-Hall or even say like they get a championship game with South Shore and South Shore ends up going on a big run early, you're gonna need to pass the ball. But in that situation against Kennedy, especially when JFK, I guess, kind of made it close, go with your bread and butter. I understood it. Of course, I'd like to see them pass it a little bit more, just for how important that's going to be down the line. But I understood why they did it, and they wanted to get the ball to Tyjon Ben, so it makes sense.
Mac, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of agree, man. That's their thing. Running the ball is their thing. So if you're getting 6, 7 yards, or Christopher just said 15 yards a carry, it's no way I'm throwing the ball. It's no way. And then you got, two of the better backs in the league on your team. Yeah, man. If you're having success on the ground, and that's what has been working for you this entire season, then you gotta stick with it.
And I'm probably being a little harsh when it comes to my thoughts on it. I guess I'm always kind of thinking like the full picture, you know what I'm saying? Like where do we need to be to get to the championship? And just like Neville in the chat is saying, if it's 15 yards a pop, then it's a playoff game. So, you have to do it. So I definitely see both sides. I definitely would have liked. So hold on, I see Legree here. No, I mean, yes. I think I value balance. Like, if these teams are so good that I feel like you can't just run it, you can't just pass it. If there's only one thing these great defenses have to worry about in these Final Four, I feel like you're playing into their hands. So that's just what I think. Of course, there are coaches in the chat who think differently. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And of course,
No,
once we're in the final game, now I'm only saying that because it was a quarterfinal game that they were definitely very favored in. Of course, when you're in the semifinals, knocking on the door for a championship game, if you got to run the ball 1,000 times and run it.
yeah, I think he's saying that because I watched the South Shore game where they ran the ball twice. That was very unpeculiar. Yeah, that was crazy to see. Running the ball twice in a football game? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's whew. In New York City? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Absolutely. So, anything else on this game?
No, that's about it, man. Definitely want to see what this next week game is looking like.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to get into that much more. And we have to take a trip to Sid Luckman, Eagle Academy versus Erasmus. This was the only game that us as a panel picked wrong in the 4A. Yes, you guys were included in my pick because we are a team. So we all picked Eagle Academy to
Oh my goodness! Don't
win,
say
right?
that.
34-12, E-Hall over Eagle Academy. Yeah, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Eagle Academy. This E-Hall team, they were definitely missing quite a few players. Monty, don't spam the chat now. Listen, you are admin, but I have super admin powers, so be easy. So yeah, it was always going to be a tough game, uphill battle for Eagle Academy. Early in the game, Kendu Brown pulls a read option, takes it about 60 yards for a touchdown.
And dude ran a 60-yard touchdown.
Correct.
What?
Yeah. I think Eagle they pretty much sent a pretty overload blitz to the left, and he just pulled it, and there was just no one.
Shout out to Kendall. Yeah.
Monty, yes, we did have some issues. That's my apologies for the issues we had with the stream. Yes, it started at 22-0. Yes. Eagle decided to handicap. Give E-Hall a head start with those 22. I just want to say I'm really proud of the team, and when you put on that film and watch it, not one Eagle player quit at any point in that game. They were tackling as hard as they could. Of course, man to man, they're outmatched, right? It's clear. One of the biggest guys on Eagle is number 8, Virgil Leaf, and there was a play that I saw this offensive lineman just towering over him, and Virgil's like 6'1", 200, I think.
Hmm.
And this kid is just towering over Virgil. I'm like, oh my God. So, of course, in PSAL and in Brooklyn, E-Hall is the standard. And, Eagle, this is the last time we're saying this. It was your first time on the big stage in the 4A. You got your baptism. And now, let's go. There's no more, hey, we just got here. Wow. I'm gonna time you out for them 10 minutes if you keep that joke going. All right, that's the second time you put that joke. I'll time you out for the 20 minutes. Wow, stop playing with me. All right, get you disrespect. Now you disrespectful.
Yeah.
All right, so chill on me, wow. So yeah, it's time to we threw the party because you made the playoffs, but now it's time to really make some noise. You know what I'm saying? Like South Shore wasn't happy to be in the 4A playoffs for the first time in quite a few years. They went and made some noise. So, as a program, congratulations for what you did, but let's take it to another level in this off season now. Jared?
Sorry, can you say that again? You froze.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, I was passing over to you, Jared. I'm going to talk about this game.
Oh yeah, Andre, I still can't believe you picked Eagle Academy. Ridiculous. I mean,
Listen, all I'm going to say
the sweatshirt was hype though. It was honestly, yeah, no, it was cool though. It was cool. But no, yeah, good win for E-Hall. Honestly, kind of what I expected. Actually, I didn't. I mean, I think I said Eagle had the ability to score, but they scored 12. I don't know if I was actually agreeing with that. So good for them. And I think they honestly, like, they're a couple plays away from doing something. But E-Hall, though, took care of business, got it done. Not really surprised. But now it's Tottenville. Now it's like let's see what's up. It's gonna be good.
Mac?
Yeah, man. I had, you know what I'm saying? I had this game being a shootout. Last pod. Eagles scored 2 touchdowns. I believe they would have scored one more. I think my shootout prediction would have been in pretty good standing. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns is solid. Yeah, this I think Eagle moving forward. So I just found out that Eagles JV program has went like undefeated for like 4 seasons straight. Hats off to that staff. I think moving forward, Eagle is gonna be is gonna be pretty good. And they're gonna be pretty good moving forward.
Yeah, shout out to Sean Mackins as well. E-Hall.
Absolutely. One of the heroes of the championship game last year. It was nice to see him getting some burn. And to this point, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we definitely show E-Hall a lot of love on the show. It's a program that I've gotten to I got to get close to this year for the first time. Shout out to Danny Lambert letting me come in and interview and listen. Would I pick Eagle again? Yes, I would. I would do it again. I would do it again.
Oh,
It was
standing
just
on it.
it was just too funny. It was just too funny of an opportunity to miss. And listen, I'm not when I say this, I'm not taking a shot at anyone. I don't value picks that much. Like, to me, who cares? Like, okay, I was wrong. Like, do I lose money? Do I no? Like, it's for fun. Like, you have to have some fun here. Um,
Uh,
Eagle were humongous underdogs. If you play the game 10 times, maybe one. I don't know. But no, huge shout out to E Hall, and I actually do want to talk about Kendu Brown some more. I thought he was excellent in this game, and Justice wasn't able to play, and so Kendu was the lead man all day. So I thought he had a really solid day commanding it, and I think that is a really good. It's really good going into that Tottenville game because just actually had a better game against Tottenville. So now with Kendu coming into that game with some momentum, I think is huge. So what do you think about Kendu's performance against E-Hall, Mac?
Yeah, I think Kendall, really showed his value and his worth. Hopefully moving forward, that kind of springs into the semifinals. Yeah, that kind of springs to the semifinals, and hopefully they're able to put up points against Tottenville. That's going to be the main thing.
Yeah. Jared, final words on
Mhm.
this?
Yeah, did what they're supposed to do, but let's see if their offense, comes to play and scores, against Tiva. Like the last time against the Pirates, they got the win, but it was because they were very opportunistic and their defense played really well, and it was a great team finding a way to win. It wasn't the typical dominance that we see and this machine of an offense. It wasn't that. So let's but everyone says the offense has gotten better throughout the year, so and they have, but let's see what they do against the Pirates.
Right.
And
So
let's
in the
see if they can
last game,
stop Tyshawn and Corey, because now it looks like Corey Brown's actually going to be playing this time around. Didn't happen
oh
Mhm.
last
yeah,
time.
well,
So
we're
we'll
about to
talk
get
about
into
that
all
later.
that.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're about to get into all that. So first, we have to go over the number 1 seed, undefeated, the Curtis Warriors over Clinton. Took care of business. Final score 41-16, Curtis. This one was not close. Um, Clinton did not score their 16 until the fourth quarter. So the number 1 seed came out and did exactly what they're supposed to do. The first thing that pops out to me is 6 rushes, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns for Quadair Gomez. Nicholas, we are going to learn how to say your name
Yeah.
one day, Nicholas. Nicholas Mazakis, 6 rushes, 68 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quadair, really think that you are knocking on the door for some of these player of the year lists. And it's kind of funny because it's like your field mate might be hurting your case because he's doing such a good job as well. So that just what is that? Does 2 running backs in the same offense doing great equal a fantastic offensive line? If you haven't laid eyes on this Curtis offensive line yet, they are huge. They can block, they can pull, they're physical, and they get to practice against Jared Sarate every day. So that only makes them better. So this Curtis Warrior team, man, just Jared. Can anybody stop him, man?
No, but I'm Curtis. No,
You
but
heard that?
let's
Oh, you heard that? Oh, y'all in the chat now? Y'all in the chat now?
but let's
Muncie, be back. Be back, Muncie.
but let's see. I mean, I'm gonna talk about Curtis South Shore in a little bit, but
Yes.
like,
Right after this, we're gonna go into that.
dude, man, I think the line of scrimmage. It's crazy what Curtis is doing right now up front. I think the Tottenville game is really what surprised me. I knew how good Jarrett Street was, but man, like what him and this defensive line's doing, it's really impressive. Championships are won up front, And Curtis is so balanced, and it feels like they're really good in so many different areas. The coaching staff is excellent, so yeah, really impressive. They took care of business against Clinton, and now you're getting to go against one of the most entertaining offenses in the state. So let's see.
Yeah,
We didn't forget about Curtis's linebackers. God, we
Yeah,
talk about
no, and they
Curtis's
also. I
linebackers
mean,
every
I've
week.
I've said it before. They have one of the best linebacking cores. I mean, yeah, one of the best linebacking cores. I'll go as far as the state as that one too. I know there's obviously a lot of
Chaminade's pretty tough too. I like their linebacking core.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they're number one in the state, but like
Yeah.
they're up there and like, in like that conversation, just like with the depth and how productive they've been and the talent in that core. Saquon Lawton, Gambardella, just a lot of guys. So really good.
Back.
Yeah, man. It's not too much to say about this game. Shout out to Clinton.
Yeah.
It was another week. It was another week of football for them. They got in, fortunately, into the playoffs by a virtual coin toss against a team who has beaten everybody that's on their schedule. We'll talk more about Clinton moving forward. This game went down how it's supposed to went down. It seems like Clinton got some late scores in the fourth quarter, so Curtis pretty much dominated the game.
Yeah, and this Clinton team, they definitely had a lot of seniors. Pedro Pinero, shout out to him. I'm curious to see if he's still leading the league in receptions. Maybe somebody passed him now. But Pedro, great career. Tyler Cabasas, great career. Those guys, are they made it to the 3A championship last year, fell a little short, came up to the 4A, got some good wins, got into the playoffs, got to go to the Castle. Fell short there. So it's gonna be up to the staff. They're losing a lot of key guys, and this
Yeah,
league is
shout out to
getting
them moving up to the 4A. Not an
Right.
easy task,
yeah.
and making the playoffs on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And this league is only getting better and better. So hopefully you guys can be a part of that in the future. Because, like I said, I really think this league is on the right trajectory, and I think the quality of football is going up, and definitely. Oh, you said you're mostly underclassmen.
Wow.
You
Dope.
mostly underclassmen? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they had a big
But
senior class last year, but they definitely had a lot of
oh,
seniors that like led the way. Like a lot of their big names
yeah,
are
that's what I
transferring.
was saying. Most of their stats, the quarterback, Cooper is
But
a sophomore,
but
but
they
most
got a
of
good
their
amount of
big.
underclassmen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A
No,
lot
no.
of guys
Shout out
like
to
wings.
yeah. Shout out to those guys, man, for real. So hopefully everybody. Yo, all right, coach. So let me look at it right now. Because I think as of week 7, Pedro was leading in receptions. So let me get
55.
my facts straight. Yeah, so now it is Richard Perkins. Okay, South Shore. Yes, we got it. Whoa, by 10. Wow, that changed significantly. Okay, no. Shout out to them. So number 1 in receptions is Richard Perkins with 34, and number 2 is Solomon Dekotu with 33. So, was that on purpose? Maybe. The South Shore. You know how South Shore gets. They wanted to make sure their guy was number 1 on that list. So all right, let's get into this now. So, semi-final preview for the 4A. Get ready for this one. Now, I am a firm believer of standing on your picks. I'm a firm believer on that. This side of the bracket, Curtis South Shore, all of us picked this side of the bracket correctly. Now, I remember the picks. Maybe the chat doesn't remember the picks. I'm not sure. So We can change our minds if we want to. I'm standing on mine, but I'll put Jared on the hot seat. Jared, Curtis, South Shore. Have your first bite at it.
Man, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, another one that I'm really really looking forward to. So originally, I picked South Shore to win this game. I mean, no, sorry. Originally, I picked Curtis to win this game.
Yes, we all
Yeah.
pick Curtis.
Yeah, and Curtis is going to win this game. I'm still staying with
Whoa,
Curtis.
say that one more time. Hold on. Say that one more time. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Big in a minute. Yeah, Curtis is gonna win this game. I picked them before South Shore. They looked really good against Lincoln, but it's a different level. They're going to the castle, and no disrespect to South Shore, they got amazing playmakers, but it's Curtis's year. I'm taking them. I'm taking them in this game. So I want to get the pick out of the way before I kind of just get into it. So yeah, Curtis is really, really good. I think the difference is the physicality in the line of scrimmage. And listen, South Shore's offense, it's ran so well. Nick Cyrus does a great job, but the pressure's coming. This front seven for Curtis is coming, and they are going to be the difference in this game. And yeah, wow, South Shore is taking receipts, but it and could South Shore win this game? They have a chance for sure, especially with these receivers and what they do and how good Daniel Jermaine's been and how good these unsung heroes have been, like you mentioned about Amir before. But no, I'm confident because I think Curtis is the most complete team right now in the PSAL, top to bottom. And yeah, I think once it's over on Saturday, it will be Curtis playing in the PSAL championship. All right, Monty, we'll see.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Did they play? They played in Canarसी's run?
So when Rich went to Curtis in 2022, Canarsie didn't just beat Curtis.
Yeah, I watched that game. I remember that.
Destroyed Curtis on like television. I think MSG had the game.
I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich went crazy. Yeah, it was nuts, but much different Curtis team, and like yeah, so. I mean, yeah. I'm I'm gonna stay silent for now. You know, like yeah, I'm going Curtis.
Listen, don't let them intimidate you. Stand on your pick, Jerry. I like that. That's why I had to put you full screen.
Yeah, man.
Don't let these South Shore guys intimidate you.
No,
never that.
It
Never
was
that.
a great run. It was a great run. But Curtis is going there.
Mac.
Oh man. Oh man.
You standing or you switching lanes? What's the word?
Listen, I just want to say South Shore is building an amazing program. From their social media presence to the coaches being involved in these kids' lives on and off the field, being amazing role models, putting a talented team together, and what would I call a Coach Prime off season. Gotta take my hat off to what South Shore has been doing. Did anybody see prior to the season happening them making it to the semifinals, to the Final Four? Did anybody see this?
Monty, there's a problem with YouTube, Monty. I actually can't make a poll right now, unfortunately. Let me see there's a problem with YouTube. I can't make a poll. Sorry. Keep going, Mac.
Did anybody see South Shore making it to the Final Four? Probably not. Only the guys in their locker room saw it happening. All the naysayers, the tweeting deleters, the underachievers, they kind of proved New York City wrong. And to that, I say, yo, congratulations, man. You guys did a phenomenal job. And listen, this is not, any kind of pity speech. This is a thank you speech. I thank you. I thank you guys, to the kids, to the coaches, to the administration in the building. We thank you. We thank you guys for bringing such entertainment to New York City football. We thank you. We thank you.
Oh, God.
But those boys in Staten Island. But those boys in Staten Island. I'm trying to say this without sounding crazy. Football. All right. You have football that's played between August and December, and then you have football that's played between February and May. I think Curtis specializes in football that's played in between August and December. Their offensive line is probably the best offensive line in the city.
Yeah.
And with an offensive line like that, you can keep other opposing teams' offenses off the field. Allow, listen, allow. I'm trying to make sense. Smoked? No. Scoop? No, not smoked.
It won't be smoked.
It won't be smoked. That's not what me and Jared are saying. That's not what we're saying.
Won't be smoked.
I think we're saying that they're going to control the clock. They're also not going to make that many mistakes. I think it's going to be a good game.
Hunter, you are crazy, son.
It's going to be a good game.
He's nuts.
He's crazy. I think it's going to be a good game. If I had to say a final score, I think the final score is going to be 2014. 2014. And I think Curtis is going to come up on top this weekend. They're definitely going to try to control the clock. Absolutely.
Yo, first of all, that was hilarious. The chat, Matt.
That was awesome.
That was freaking awesome. I enjoyed every single second of that. And I really like, so you said that Curtis plays it the best. You said August between when?
They play the best football between August and December. There's two different types of football, I said. It's August to December football, and then there is January to May type of football. I'm trying to say it in a way where...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
so it's my turn to get on the stand.
Yes,
I also picked Curtis last week when I was making my picks. I picked Curtis to go to the championship, and I'm standing on that. The main reason why I'm standing on that is especially because of what I've seen, what I saw this weekend. I still think that South Shore have some difficulties with the run, and with this backfield, I feel like this is a backfield made for this kind of game. Something that I always stress is balance. This team has the balance. Quadair, Nicholas, and I know that I think it's very clear that South Shore have the best wide receiver crew in the league, but Curtis's wide receiver crew It's nothing to shake at. I mean, Evan Dukes is
Dukes.
a playmaker, man. Evan Dukes, every time I look up at Evan Dukes, he's making a big play. An interception, guy was going both ways. Interception, making a big catch, or returning a kick. Roy, we are not going to be live streaming the semifinals. We are available, so if one of the schools want to hit us up, we are available, but as of
Man, you
now,
just
we are
realized
not
this game.
live streaming.
Oh, I just realized this game won't be streamed. Oh, I gotta try to. Yeah, we gotta try to see if they can get you out there, right?
Yes, if you if you guys want to hit my line, I can make my way out, but currently I'm not streaming any games, so I am open.
Yeah,
But yes,
One of them's got to get you. Yeah.
Yeah. My South Shore make the call. You know what I'm saying? I can't make the game. I got a prior engagement. Somebody call up Andre, please, or email the email, call him up, hit him in the DM, something like that. There's probably a lot of other people that can't make this game that still want to see this beautiful football game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, just getting back to the pick. I still think that. Oh yes, Akai Lewis. Thank you for reminding me. Akai, the sophomore, one of the better sophomores in all the city. Him and Nick. Oh God, I saw that. Staten Island got some sophomore killers, man. Between Kai Lewis and Nicholas Constantino, and whoever's throwing the ball for Curtis, if it's Vinny, if it's Mr. Caratelli, they're both very able throwers. So the balance that they have, I feel like, can cause South Shore issues. Also, when I watched the Lincoln game, I feel like Lincoln half committed to controlling the clock. They were running the ball a lot, but then they were still, going kind of no huddle. So I kind of felt like, okay, so are you going to try to burn the clock, or is this, I didn't really understand that game plan, just as me personally. And I think, Curtis has proven that they are very able to grind out games, especially against Lincoln, especially in the E-Hall game. So also with the speed of the linebackers, I think they'll be able to cover space better. You could, of course, when we're saying that we're picking this game, I think if this, and I always love to say this because I feel like this puts sports in better perspective. If this game was played 10 times, I think that it's only 6-4 Curtis. I truly think South Shore is that good of a team. This offense, Nick Cyrus, if there's anyone to go and invade the castle, it's Nick Cyrus. We've
Great.
seen, when we talk about elite quarterbacks, and I'm not going to throw out any names because I don't like to do that. But when we talk about elite Division I quarterbacks, because I think that is what Nick Cyrus is,
Great.
you always say like, yeah, when he was in high school, he just went 5 wide and we just couldn't stop him. And that is the caliber of player that Nick Cyrus is. Scoob, this is a very good point. Again, this is my opinion, but yes, I do think that Curtis has the personnel to run with the receivers.
I don't think they do.
If you don't think they do.
No, I don't think Curtis has. I don't think Curtis has the DBs to keep up with South Shore's receivers. My thing is, I don't think South Shore is going to be on. I don't think South Shore is going to be on offense that much. That's the thing. If they get the opportunities, they're going to make the plays offensively. I just don't see them. It's impossible to do. I know that. But if we're able to get the time of possession for Curtis and South Shore, it's going to be a drastic difference.
Yeah, and real quick here, I love this because the main point of this platform is obviously to give you guys a platform, give you guys a stage. We have over 100 people here. We peaked a new record today. I saw we were at 140 people. So that's awesome. Really appreciate the support. Listen, you can clip us to hell. When it comes to trolling, memes, I'm in for all of it. If we can give you 1% of extra motivation, extra play, then it's worth it. Because in the end of the day, Coach Mack, Jared Valluzzi, Andre Johnson, we want the best football. You know what I'm saying? We all, let's be real, like we love every team, right? Like we this isn't Stephen A. Smith where no, shout out to Stephen A, I do like him. But, I feel like people have static with Stephen A lot because, obviously he's paid by ESPN and he just chats, right? Obviously, me, Jared, and Mac are not that. We're in the community, we're hosting events, we're reporting on it, we're live streaming. So we want the best for New York City, and we want the best for all the young men and the young women, the female athletes. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can clip this, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna come here on Monday. I'm gonna say I'm wrong. I'm a if Lyle cook up a video, Lyle send me the video. I'm gonna play it right before in the intro because we stand on our picks, and if we wrong, we wrong. So again, I think if this game is played 10 times, it's 6-4 Curtis, but it is Curtis. Why? I believe that they have the personnel to quell the South Shore offense. Now, again, the playmakers for South Shore, they have the formula as well to go in and win this game. Nick Cyrus and everyone, they have it. And I love what Coach Legree is saying right here. Like, this is the semifinal. You win this game, you're in the championship game. You know? Like, it's go time. Like, it's really go time. Like, I wish I could make a clone of myself so I can be at both of these games, you know? So, huge shout out to everyone. Yes, so all three of us are standing on our picks. We're saying it's going to be Curtis. And, that's just how sports go. Last week, we all picked South Shore, right? The chat was all on our side, and the Lincoln people hated us, right? This week, we're all against South Shore.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. I think you guys picked Lincoln last week.
No, sir. No,
No?
sir.
Go
We
pick
have
South Shore.
receipts.
No.
Oh, we did? All right, just checking.
Yo, throw it back.
Just checking. Just gotta check.
Oh, man. No, that's hilarious. So, this next semifinal, both of you guys picked this semifinal correctly. I had Eagle Academy in this semifinal. Didn't happen, but it's all right. I'll still say my piece on this game. Tottenville E Hall. Man, Jared. First of all, this game is a semifinal.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How about you just talk about that from that aspect of it?
They didn't expect it, honestly. I thought at least one of these teams was going to be the top seed. I really thought it was going to be E-Hall, but they obviously not. And then if it wasn't them, it was going to be Tottenville. But Curtis had something to say about it. So that part of it's crazy, but we can get into it. Yeah, I think this game, it's going to be very different. I think it's going to be different from the last time they played, just from the fact that Corey Brown is back in the lineup. Like, that is massive. Especially if he's feeling healthier. I don't really know the exact status of it. I mean, it's high school football. We don't get injury reports, but he was playing the last couple games. He's doing well. And yeah, he's a game changer. So him and Tyshawn, that's huge. Let's see what happens up front, because there's been games where Tottenville has dominated the line of scrimmage and their offensive line looked great against Lincoln. Against Curtis, that wasn't totally the case. So let's see, how Tottenville's offensive line could maybe control the game, or what they can do against Erasmus Hall. I think that's going to be a big, big part in who wins this game. And then for E-Hall, can these playmakers make plays offensively? Can they actually get things going? We know what they're capable of, but will they actually score points? And if they're able to score points early, then they could get Tottenville on their heels and make the Pirates pass the ball, make them be a little bit more uncomfortable. And we know Tottenville could pass it, but it's not their bread and butter. But I picked Rasmus Hall. I still think they're gonna win at Sid Luckman. It's gonna be really tough, but I think E Hall is gonna end up somehow. Coach Landberg and the guys over there are gonna find a way to pull this out and beat Tottenville. So I think it's gonna be fun, but E Hall in some sort of maybe not as low scoring as the last game, but they're gonna win it in some sort of fashion like that, where that defense really shows how good they are and they get it done.
Coach Mac?
Wow. Episode 1 of New York Football Talk.
True.
I stated whoever wins in the regular season, Topville Erasmus, is going to lose in the postseason. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back on that statement. Oh, yeah. Seeing the way Tottenville played against Curtis and then seeing the way Tottenville played against Erasmus in the regular season, yeah, I don't know if this year is that year for them. I thought it was in preseason. I thought Tottenville easily was going to take it all away. Then Curtis popped up, and they started doing some amazing things. I think we have Erasmus and Curtis in the championship game. I think next year for sure, Tottenville will be another year older. Tyshawn will be a senior. Corey will be a junior. I think that year they're really going to do what they got to do. I think Erasmus is somehow going to pull us off defensively. I think their defense is 1A and 1B between them and Curtis. Then they're going to be able to stop Tottenville and keep them to a low score. I don't think it's going to be as low as the first game. Maybe 12 or 14 points. I see Tottenville scoring. If Erasmus just, moves the ball and get the ball into their playmakers' hands, I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I've literally, as you guys were talking, I've just been going back and forth in my head about who I think would win. Obviously, this isn't the matchup I predicted, but I'll say my part on it. It's a matchup that I'm really going to look at the offensive line for Tottenville. Um, Cyrus Cardona, Michael Trinidad. I'm sorry, I don't have the other guys' names. Those are always the two names that come to my head here. I think there are tremendous players. And they had a tough time against Kamarion Thomas. And there's no slight to that because Kamarion is a different level of athlete. And Jared Sarate definitely had a big game in that Curtis Tottenville game. And again, Jared Sarate is a different kind of athlete. But I also do believe in this Tottenville offensive line. I'm gonna pick E Hall, and the reason why I'm picking E Hall is because the line has to rise up to the challenge, right? And the picks are based, at least the way I pick, are based off of the body of work. Now, again, I'm gonna always go back to it. If this game is played 10 times, I think it's another 6-4 E Hall. You know what I'm saying? I think the two teams are that close. And of course, with Corey Brown in it, it brings a whole. Didn't I just name Kamarion? They did not
Yeah,
just say Kamarion.
he said Kendall Brown.
Yes.
Too. I'm pretty sure he said Amir
Yeah,
Morrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Listen,
about Deshaun Mackins earlier. I
He
mean,
just from Mackins earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, did we have a whole graphic talking about Amir Morrow as like a top 3
Yeah.
running back? Now, listen, I only do that because when we make mistakes, like, we stand on it, but we also
I'm
have to
pretty sure
defend
he talked
ourselves
about
as well.
Lyric Samuel as well.
yeah, we talked
Victor.
about Carlo on this podcast.
So listen, we will say be responsible, but you gotta cut us some slack as well because we do talk about them. And yes, I'm gonna continue to talk about them because yes, Kamarion Thomas is a different animal, like for real. The way he affects games, and remember, Kamarion did not play in that Curtis game. The first time E-Hall played them, so who knows how big of a factor that could have been. And Nazir Brown, that's another one. You see Nazir Brown on the graphic. I'm pretty confident Nazir is a sophomore. And again, we talk about some of these super sophomores in the PSAL. Nazir is definitely one of them. Huge shout out to Nazir because me and him were talking face to face at Tottenville. And he heard what I said. I said like, yeah, like I didn't think that E-Hall tackled very well in the Curtis game, and he just looked. He was like, I hear that, and he's had a tremendous day that game, and a tremendous day moving forward since then. And how many points has E-Hall even given up since that game? I mean, it hasn't been many points at all. It's just a tremendous defense, and the thing about E-Hall too, I just think E-Hall has an aura to them. They're trying to get sticks, and these players, like one thing I forgot to mention in the Lincoln game when they played Lincoln that I wanted to mention. So first play of the game, they make a tackle for loss. And it was like 4 E-Hall guys turn to the Lincoln sideline and go like this.
I don't even Dre. I don't even get that celebration. Like I get the strat. I get they hold up the thing for the strat. I still don't get this. I still don't. Yo, Kendall too. Kendall number 19, another linebacker on. Yeah, he's been playing well this season as well too.
Yes. I didn't realize that was 19. Yes. He made in that Tottenville game. Kendall, right? You said?
Yeah, Kendall Brown.
That's how you said. Yes, Kendall. He made pretty much the game's not the game saving stop, but on the reverse play, it was him who made the stop to kind of for the Tottenville comeback. So definitely shout out to you because you have been making plays, and you were in on a lot of plays on that Tottenville games for sure. Fortune, I see what you're saying, that you sent that comment late. That copy, hear you on that. And doesn't matter about E-Hall against New Jersey teams because they're playing
Yeah, and they can.
Doesn't matter.
They definitely can. I don't know why people. Yeah, just to clear it up, they definitely can. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, just to get back to that, that's just so tough. Like E-Hall, who was with me? I know E's not here, but when Tottenville had just beat Lincoln, they're in like the huddle talking after the game, and there are E-Hall kids walking past like, we can't wait to see y'all. We can't wait to see y'all. I'm like, and it was the day they lost to Curtis. So they lost to Curtis and they were still talking. I'm like, me and E looking like, yo, these kids are crazy. But that, you can call it arrogance, but that's the kind of arrogance champions have. That's the mentality they have. And Tottenville, I think you guys are very capable of doing it. But hey, it's been 5 years since a team has done it. So it's a big challenge. So big shit, calling on the offensive line. You guys got to step up. Tyshawn, I don't even have to call on Tyshawn because you know what Tyshawn's going to do. You know what he's going to do. And Corey, he's going to have a big game. And then, of course, Nick, young sophomore, he's already done it on the big stage. He can do it. So, yeah, I know that was long. Anything else on this before we move on to the 3A?
Nah, that's it, man. Dre, are you streaming any game this weekend?
I'm currently not booked to stream any game this weekend, so I'm thinking that I'm personally just
calls. We gotta make a few phone calls. We gotta make a few phone calls.
Yeah, someone better book you. Someone better book
No,
you.
yeah, no, seriously. Tomorrow
I
morning.
want to watch these games, man.
I have my guy.
Jared is like, I want to watch.
Yeah, and of course everyone else, and obviously the
we gotta figure
importance
this
of
out somehow.
games
And
being live
people
streamed.
want to see it too. Not everybody can make it to the castle. Not everybody can make it to Sid Luckman. So we got to figure this out.
Yeah, so yeah, just answer. Yeah, it was Curtis. Curtis was the last team to win. And just as talk, Curtis was undefeated. So the last time Curtis was undefeated, they won the championship and they got the job done. Shout out to Dre. Just hit me. You're right. Okay, so there's been plenty of people asking for it. Yes, like every week we cover the 2A, we cover the 3A. But of course, we have to talk about the 4A first, of course. It just comes with the territory. But now, let's get to one of the most exciting brackets in all of New York, honestly. I'll honestly say that. Like, you think of Long Island, you think of the Catholic League, obviously the 4A and the PSAL is super exciting. But this 3A quarterfinal, let's just start at the quarterfinals, man. I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to share my screen. Yo, 44-39, Truman over Lane.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jared, you want to take this one first, man?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll go first with this one just because, and honestly, I think I had this doubt, and I think a lot of other people had it too. Truman's strength of schedule. Hey, shout out Hector. Truman's strength of schedule wasn't
real quick, y'all are ridiculous, Scoob. Yo, y'all are ridiculous. All right, sorry, go ahead, Jared. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so we kind of all were just like heading into the Truman Lane game. Like, Lane is battle tested. They have some big wins. And dude, man, this Truman team, I mean, I really need to see their offensive line because the numbers that they're putting up on the ground is insane. DeVay Saunders, you have Siobhan running like crazy as well. Yeah, Truman's offense has been unbelievable. They ran right through Lehman, and they did it with Lane. 44 points on a Lane defense too that has had some impressive games against some good teams. So it's like, wow. I mean, shout out to Truman and shout out to those offensive linemen paving holes so DeVay Saunders could run for, what was it? I think it was almost 300 yards.
Excuse?
Yeah. DeVay Saunders ran
whoa,
for
whoa,
200.
whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. I need to put that on the screen.
Yeah, go to it. Go to it.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. It was ridiculous.
Mac, you seeing this? Do I got to zoom in?
On 19 touches.
That's 275, almost 3. 5 TDs.
On 5 touchdowns.
No, I need film. Somebody send film to the Sage Media page, man.
Backs, man. Other kid had 145. Other kid had. I mean, what was going on here?
Dude, they were just running wild. That's why I was like, I gotta see this this line, and I gotta see DeVay Saunders, and also like, yeah, please, Truman guys, if you can. I haven't checked it in a little bit. Maybe. Oh, I think you guys might have actually updated it. I think there might be some huddle film up actually. So I'm gonna look at that.
One completion.
Yeah, it was just running the football. It was impressive, and honestly, for a Lane team that has been really good, right there in the top 4, a team that I wouldn't have been surprised if they made a run to the championship and lost in the quarters.
Real quick, I'll also go in here. First of all, huge shout out to Truman. I haven't been to a Truman game since before COVID. Actually, I've been to their field before.
It's crazy.
Say it again, Mac.
Somebody said the quarterback's number is number 33.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, so I've definitely, of course, we've been covering it all year long, and I've been looking at the Truman scores, and I've kind of just been like looking at it, and I've kind of been like, all right, let me wait to see what they do in the battle for the North against Lehman, because Lehman was a team I really rated very highly. We talk about Lehman here a lot, and I was kind of like, all right, let me wait to see what happens in that game. Truman wins that handily in a big rivalry game. I was like, whoa, okay. So now when I saw the matchup against Lane, seeing how Lane has competed with the other top teams, I honestly was thinking, I was like, okay, I think this is where, the ride is over for Truman. And when I heard the score, I wasn't when I heard that they won, I wasn't so surprised. I was like, okay, so Truman is for real. But now looking at this is tremendous,
Yeah, that's crazy.
tremendous numbers. Like this needs to be on like Sports Center. Like I'm not even trying to gas it, but 275, 5 touchdowns on the road in a playoff game. Mr. Saunders, yo, I just definitely want to give you your flowers for real. This is tremendous. I just want to apologize for not even. I did not come prepared. I did not know that this was the number that you guys had, and forgive me because my phone died. Oh wow, that's crazy. I was gonna do some quick math, but this is. I try to look at it real quick. This is almost 500 yards on the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, Mac, your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, that's over 5. Wow.
I'm shocked at Lane. I'm shocked at Lane.
Mm.
Yeah,
Same,
because
honestly.
they threw the ball 5 times. They only had one completion. So at some point, you got to crowd the box, and try to make them beat you with the pass. You can't have a kid rush for 275, another kid rush for 145, and another kid rush for 103. This is like, yeah, that's totally unacceptable. I honestly thought Lane was going to take care of business. Yeah, I thought Lane was going to take care of business. All right, now put him in account for Travis. Yeah, that's crazy. I got to see this kid play now. But yeah,
He's good.
He's good. What number is he for Truman?
He's really talented. I think it's either I want to
Number
say
5.
it's 5. Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I was gonna say it was either 5 or 15, but it's 5.
want to see that kid play, man.
Yeah,
That's a big win for Truman. Not sure. Oh, he might have another good game against Fort Hamilton. Not to
Yes.
compare. I don't want to compare him and Travis, but Travis had a day against Fort Hamilton. So I wouldn't be surprised if this kid has a great day as well.
Now, I will say to that, and me and Mac, we talk about this a lot. That second half for Fort Hamilton was they really split the switch in that second half and really controlled it. So I know Siobhan Richardson is the quarterback, so they must be running a lot of power with the quarterback. This I haven't seen them play, but I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a bit tougher of a. I don't want to say tougher of a run to stop than obviously Travis Gamble. I don't want to say tougher, but if the quarterback, I just think that if you have an offense where the quarterback is consistently running power and you have like that extra blocker, you can do so much with it with the misdirection and stuff like that. I know the quarterback for APR is a capable runner as well.
Mm-hmm.
But having I mean, let's just talk about St. Anthony's and having a quarterback who can run, like how much of a difference it makes.
Yes.
So Fort Hamilton, it's the Fort Hamilton was my 3A championship pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna say
Yeah.
you're on upset alert here.
Hey, you know
This
what?
Truman team.
Hey,
Go ahead,
Dre.
man.
Hey, Dre. Actually, hey, one of the Truman players that's in here right now. Hey, just DM me your huddle information so me and me, Dre, and Uzzi can go through this film and see what's going on. I haven't seen any. I'm joking. You don't have to do that. But I do want to see Truman play.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Truman play, so I would like to see like what kind of offense they're running. I'm not even sure if TYJ usually catches like all of the games, so I'm shocked he didn't. I'm not sure if he got to a Truman game this year. I'm gonna check his.
I think so.
You don't think so, right?
No, I don't think so. And I just want to say, like, again, and I'll even full screen myself. The adults, can you please give these young men support? Like, I know that it costs money to have a videographer or somebody to go follow the team with a cell phone or something like that. But this team has put one of the we talk about South Shore and their run. I mean, Truman's been having a tremendous season, and they almost mirrored South Shore and having an undefeated season. You know, they go on the road and they make a big upset, and these kids need more coverage for real.
I agree.
So please, can we invest in the young kids and get some people to follow them with a camera or something like that? Because this is tremendous. So shout out to Truman. And listen, Joe, just like I said before, I was sleeping on y'all.
Yeah.
It was me. It was me.
Same.
Would anyone else like to come?
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone else like to come?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm sleeping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's why we wanted to give you your flowers, because we were sleeping on y'all, and y'all put in some crazy work. And huge shout out to it for real. And to get to the next game, oops, I'm in the wrong bracket. What was the next closest game? So none of these other games were really close. I guess let's talk about Fort Hamilton, because that we'll kind of piggyback and go into the matchup. Fort Hamilton 35-0 over John Jay. Huge shout out to John Jay. From what I've been hearing all year, this is their first time having a football team in a while or something like that.
Yeah, 20 years, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and to be in the 3A playoff, I mean,
Yeah.
huge shout out to them.
That was really good about it.
Yeah, but it looks like, of course, the Tigers are the number 1 seed for a reason. Just taking a quick look at this, you kind of see they were spreading the love around. 94 yards for Harold Marshall III, tremendous athlete, one of the best athletes in the whole PSAL. I've never seen Emmanuel King, number 7. Okay. I gotta look back at the game. I don't remember Emmanuel so much from that game, but he had a big game. Shout out to him. And Aiden Farley, one of the best. He's the second leading passer in the whole PSAL. Of course, leading to 3A. He's sandwiched right in between, Corey Reese and Nick Cyrus.
Wow.
He didn't have to do so much today with them being so dominant on the line. But I picked this was my championship. These are my 3A champions. This is who I picked. I thought they were tremendous in the second half of that APR game, even though they fell short. But everybody in the chat, chill. I'm just looking at this. Like, please keep the chatter to us. I just looked at the chat.
He said, "Chill."
So yeah, man.
Oh man.
Mac, you want to talk about Fort Ham a bit?
Yeah, I think Fort Ham is going to they're going to do well moving forward. They got Truman, who just had a crazy upset. I don't know if Truman plays that kind of game against Fort Hamilton. Truman gave up so many points, man, and Fort Ham can score quick, so that may be an issue as well. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game. I have Truman winning, probably by a touchdown or 2. I think.
Wait,
what did I just say?
said Truman over Fort Ham?
No, I have
I
Fort
was
Ham.
about to say, I was like, oh, damn. She
I
just
have
dropped the bomb.
Nah, I have Fort Hamilton winning by a touchdown or 2. But yeah, I think Truman had a good season, man. Undefeated. I just think Fort Hamilton is playing a different level of football.
Jared? Oh, Jared, I think you're on mute. Yeah, Jared, you're on mute.
My bad. Expect me to be
There you go.
previewing Fordham and Truman. But no, Fordham though, it was a big win though. It was a big win for them, and it's I'm telling you, there's something I know I didn't pick them to win the entire 3A. I picked APR. I'm standing on that, but we'll talk about that later. This is just such a tough team to take down, man. Like I didn't think Lane was gonna be able to beat them. I don't think Truman's gonna be able to beat them. I just think they're very complete in the sense of being able to run the ball really well, Farley passing it. I want to see how their defense does. Clearly they did very well against John Jay, but it is gonna be really interesting to see if they're gonna stop this Truman run game and apparently how well these Truman offensive linemen have been doing. And a three-headed monster that now all of us are truly seeing for Truman. But yeah, big win though. Big win for Fort Hamilton.
Give me a second. All right, like I said, please chill in the chat. Too much back and forth. But yeah, this is again, there's just so much football. I wish I could watch this weekend, man. Like I really want to see this game. But yes, I am standing on my pick as well. I think Fort Hamilton will have enough in this game. But Truman, man, if I hear that Truman is representing that side of the bracket into 3A, I'm not gonna be like floored because this team is. I'm really impressed from that win against a really, really good Lane team. And to move to the other side of the bracket, it went, the way we thought it would. 42-12 APR over Lehman. I just want to start actually with, Samir Thomas, only 65 yards on the day. This is probably his lowest. I can almost guarantee that that's Samir's lowest total of the entire season. I just want to give a huge salute to Samir Thomas. I'm pretty sure, is he the leader in rushing in the PSAL?
Probably, yeah.
Samir, yeah, I believe so. He was killing it all year, man. It was really special.
Oh, no, it's actually Travis. Travis is the leader.
Oh, he took him?
Oh, yeah. It's actually Travis and Mr. Saunders.
Mr. Song. Yeah, after last game, I could see how DeVay got up there.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but regardless, Samir Thomas, like a senior, just a fantastic career, man. So salute to Samir. Really, literally carried the team on his back.
Yeah,
But yes,
sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, shout out to also Lehman. Last season, they didn't make the playoffs, and there was definitely some controversy to it. And a lot of those juniors, and of course those seniors, they deserve to make it. With like how good that team was, but they came back this year, made the 3A playoffs, and also what I think is a better 3A this season. So I just wanted to give those props to that program as well, that coaching staff is building. They made the playoffs in a tough division, and yeah, before we moved on, wanted to get that in there.
yeah. Oh, they didn't update the stats for.
Yeah, Travis had 4 touchdowns in this game, though.
Yeah, that's what I
4
heard.
touchdowns.
I'm not sure how many yards. But
I know. I wish I was able to see this one, but from what I've heard, APR handled business.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. Mac, anything on this one?
No, APR did what they're supposed to do. It should have been the way it turned out. They kind of handled business this week coming up. I think it's going to be more of a test.
Yeah, got to go back to Fulton and Claremont.
Yeah, man, they was already down there. This week is going to be interesting for the 3A football, man.
Yeah, just going over this game real quick. 37-8. Brooklyn Tech taking care of business over William C. Bryant. There are no stats. Please update your
We
stats. I'd like to
we
give you
gotta get
guys.
those stats, guys.
I mean, I would like to shout out Brooklyn Tech. But in this matchup, I mean, Brooklyn Tech and APR, let's just move on to that real fast. I personally, I think I've been the most critical on APR out of the three of us. Very good win this weekend. Just like Max said, you did what you're supposed to do, got back to your winning ways. I did pick APR in this game. Again, you guys are probably sick of my analogy. I think this is another 6-4 in APR's favor. APR, you have a very tough challenge ahead of you. You know, this is a place that you guys lost. What was it, 2 weeks ago? You have to go get your get back. Do we need to say anything? Do we need to give you any more motivation? Your back's up against the wall. Travis Gamble is the leading rusher in the entire PSAL. Brooklyn Tech knows that as well. So, somebody else is going to have to help carry that load. And I think you guys do have that ability. But these boys from Brooklyn Tech, I've been talking about their defense, only gave up 8 points to WC Bryant. I'm picking you guys, but just like I said 2 weeks ago, I need to see you guys raise your level because this Brooklyn Tech team, they're probably going to feel slighted. Honestly, they're going to be like, oh, everybody's picking us to lose at home. Like, I bet. Watch this. So, Mac, what's your thoughts on this matchup?
So I think APR is gonna take care of business. Remember in this game in the first matchup, Tech was up, I think 21-0.
Yeah.
Yo, 21-0. APR made an adjustment, came back, and I think they lost 21-20. And I want to say the score was 21-0 in the third, like sometime in the third. The adjustment was made late. And I think coming into the semifinal game, they're gonna know how to take care of business. Damn.
Let me know what team you're rooting for, if you're Brooklyn Tech or I don't know what team you're on. So I'll address it if you let me know who you're talking about.
You mean the King comment?
No, I was talking about Chef saying, that's how you're feeling.
I
don't know if you're a Tech guy or I'm not sure if you're who you're rooting for. Let me know. So yeah, let me know so I can address it. But yeah, Brooklyn Tech. Yeah. Like I said, I got to stand on my pick, and I do think it is harsh. You guys are the ones who earned the 2 seed. So yeah, it is an upset that we're predicting, but I gotta stand on it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stand on it. I think that APR did a great job rallying their way back in that game. And just in my opinion, I think that APR will edge it out again, or edge it out this time. And like I said, just like we always say, you saw what we just did for Truman. If we are sitting here on next Monday and Brooklyn Tech is the representative in the 3A championship, guess what all of us are going to do? We're going to come full screen and put our hands up. So now it's up to y'all. Go get the job done. Go get the job done. Final words on this? I think everyone covered this, right?
Yeah, we just.
Well, right before
Jared.
Yeah, right before we go though, this one's gonna be fun. I do want to say, because I see Zai here in the chat. He's just a sophomore, really good on that Randolph defense. Give him a shout out real quick. But also with this is, man, this depth for Brooklyn Tech is, I'm very interested in like how that's gonna come out to play. See if like some of these guys that might be like under the radar that we don't talk about as much, like Tristan Suarez and Michael Jung, quarterback, if they come up and make some huge plays. So that's gonna be really interesting. But I'm standing on APR. I'm gonna take them in this one. I think Gamble makes too many plays, and yeah, I also think this line ends up playing really well, and they end up really figuring it out. Especially APR, man, built for November. So I'm gonna take them there.
Right. And Jared, do you want to just bring us real quick through I know we're doing a Catholic League a little early. Two ways is coming next. I know Jared is Jared's on the time limit here, so
Yeah, yeah.
you
Sorry
want to just
about
talk about
that.
this Catholic League championship, man? I think it is. Why do I have? Got to figure out how to close this now. All right, good enough. Jared, this Catholic League matchup, we've seen it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to Trav. Trav, you always do this. I think you do this on purpose, Trav. Trav comes in right when we're
Super
done
late.
talking.
Yeah.
Like, I think he does this on purpose. Like,
I
literally.
know. Super late. Super late. But yeah, no, talking about the Catholic League real quick. Gonna be a crazy AAA championship, Santhys and Iona Prep. Congratulations to Cardinal Hayes though on an amazing season. Heartbreaking loss on Long Island to St. Anthony's. If you haven't seen it, I really would go on YouTube and watch that game. Rich Beelan versus Gary Merrill. I mean, one of the best quarterback matchups I've seen in quite a long time. Game was insane. St. Anthony's came out on top. Yeah, it was nuts. And Iona Prep took care of Chaminade. So Iona Prep's been a machine. Their coaching, like, make sure to watch that AAA championship because, like, their coaching and what they do and their system and all those great players, that's really, really, really impressive. But now they have to find a way to stop Gary Merrill and all those Friars receivers and the sophomore running back Xavier Bala. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's good for the AAA, and also shout out to the AA1 where we have an all Staten Island championship.
St. Peter's, man.
Yeah,
Good for
dude. If you
St.
told me,
Peter's.
and I'll say it, if you told me if it was gonna be an all Staten Island championship in the AA1 and more Catholic wasn't involved, I would have said that you're out of your mind if you told
Yeah.
me this in September, just because of the talent that more Catholic has. But they had to face a lot of injuries this year. But I will give credit, St. Peter's and St. Joseph by the Sea, they stepped up when their backs were against the wall and they played really well. St. Peter's beat more Catholics, St. Joe's beat Fordham Prep. You got two teams that love to run the football. They don't like each other. It's Staten Island. They're playing on Staten Island for the championship. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's going to be a really good game that people should try to see, and a lot of great playmakers in the city. So I think that's honestly great for New York City football. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Shout out to Iona Prep, man. We were talking on the phone the other day, Jared, and this is number 4 in a row for them. Something
Iona,
like that.
yeah, I believe it's. I was gonna say, yeah, I believe it's four championship appearances in a row. Of course, they have a couple titles under their belt. Last year didn't go their way, but it's gonna be interesting. And also, final shout out because it's two city teams in the AA2, Holy Cross and Zavarian. So
Holy Cross
yeah,
made it?
yeah, man.
Oh, I didn't know that. Ooh, where's
Yeah,
that game?
in the AA2. So unfortunately, for the city folks, I think that one's gonna be at Mitchell Field, but we'll see if that gets changed. St. Anthony's
Shout
and
out to
Iona's in.
Holy
But yeah,
Shout out to
shout out Holy
Holy
Cross.
Cross, man.
They made it.
Man, that's
So
a
yeah.
proud program. I'm happy to see him in the championship, man.
So yeah, good for all them. And then they have next week we'll definitely talk about it. There's those Thanksgiving games as well. Fordham Prep, Xavier, Mount St. Michael, Cardinal Hayes. So we could touch on that next week. But that's the Catholic League for you guys.
Shout out to my guy Dom, coaching Xavier, man. So you know
Yeah,
who
bro.
I'm rooting for. And I got beef with Fordham. No, I don't. But I played against them like 3 times in my career.
That's awesome.
And they beat us my senior year. Everybody beat us our senior year. Okay, anyway. Jared, we got dip, man. Salute.
Yeah, that's it for
my
me,
guy.
guys. But yeah, awesome stuff. Good luck to all of you playing this upcoming weekend. And yeah, guys, have fun on the rest of the podcast. So I'll see you guys later.
All right, Jared.
All right.
Mac, they want us here till 10 o'clock, man. They keep saying 2A. You talk about 2A, the 1A. It's like, yo, every week it's the same format. Like,
Yeah.
I know the 2A and the 1A is late. I understand, but you guys got to give us a break. We do have to talk about what the people want to hear about the most. We want to hear about the 2A to 1A as well, because that's why we're here. But I have to. I told my guy Hector I will come back to this. Listen, like I said, here at Sage Media, we believe in standing on our pick. So yes, I do stand on my pick. My pick was APR in the finals against Fort Hamilton, and I predicting Fort Hamilton to win. Lau, time to go. Lau, you still here? I swear to God, son. I stand on it. And listen, can I full screen myself? Can I? How do I do that? I actually don't know how to do that in this view. How do I do that?
All
This looks weird.
right.
I guess I'll do it like this. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I stand on the pick, and guess what? Guess what? After the game at Old Boys and Girls Field at the new Eagles Nest, if it's APR who are the champions, Andre Johnson is going to walk down with my camera. I'm gonna come hug y'all, and I'm gonna turn the camera on for the post game interview, and y'all can clown me. Y'all can say, "Yo, I'm so proud of my guys. This guy Dre don't know what he's talking about. Didn't pick us. And I'm gonna say, so yes, we're here to entertain. We're here to, give our opinion. Yes, we have. I'm standing on the pick. I know Mac. I think Mac and Jared both picked. I'm. And we're not talking iPhone picture. I'm gonna make sure, we get a TYJ picture, a
Yeah.
shot by LJ picture. I'll make sure we get you a good post, and you can freaking point and clown me, and I'm gonna hold the L. That's what we do. And I'm pretty sure Mac and Jared both picked APR. So hey, Truman got beef with us. Tech got beef with us. Like we can only pick one winner. Um, so yeah, I do stand on that. But regardless, y'all, my guy Hector, I hope you're a junior. I would love for you to come back.
He's a senior.
Hector, let me know if he's a senior. Damn.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, tremendous career out of you. And looking forward to more. So let's get to the 2A.
Right, yeah.
We're probably gonna move a little quicker just because it's getting a little late. Still 81 people here, man. Freaking shout out to everyone. Let me just figure out how to share my screen again. I think it's this. Yeah, okay, yeah. Shout out to you, Hector, for real.
Yeah.
Screen. Right. So let's get to this 2A. So I think the first place to go is a game that we all picked wrong. I'm pretty confident we all picked this game wrong. Far Rock 28, LIC 18.
Yeah.
So again, shout out to my guy, Coach G, man. Like where that program was when he took over to where they are now, competing in the 2A playoff is just tremendous. So I just want to give a huge shout out to my guy, Coach G, especially because he was one of the first people to really support Sage Media. So huge shout out to him and everything that he's done with these young men at LIC, trying to bring Queens football back up. Lord, they got no stats here, Mac. What we
Yeah.
supposed to do, bro? Man,
They
y'all gotta
won
be
it,
better
man.
than
That's
this, man.
crazy.
Y'all gotta be better. Elijah, that word is banned, so please.
Yeah. They don't do
I'm just gonna remove. Yeah, no static, Elijah. I'm just gonna remove it just so we don't get no one gets in any trouble.
We
So
do
just 10 seconds.
H and F. H and F.
Um, so I mean, we can't really talk about this much because there's no stats, but But Mac, anything on this? I mean, shout out to Far Rock, especially because this was remember this same game happened and LIC won in the
Yeah, I
regular
know.
season.
I know. This was definitely a upset to say the least. I'm glad Far Rock was able to pull it out. Wasn't looking very promising, but like I said before, it's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. So this was a prime example of that testament. And Far Rock has to see Sheepshead again, and Sheepshead beat Far Rock. So let's see how that pans out.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's always hard to beat a team twice. So for Far Rock to get their lick back, that's awesome for them. Earns
Yeah,
them a matchup against, and this FJM they have. It
yeah,
is
yeah.
FJM, and they have that matchup because East Harlem Pride upset by Springfield. Now, this is a program that I saw them play against Long Island City last year in the 1A. And look at the score from this one. This was a competitive
Yeah.
game all throughout, 20-16 Springfield edging it. This is another team that's come up there, the defending 1A champions, and now they find themselves in a one step away from being in the 2A championship. They have a tall task to go up against, Eagle Queens, of course. But shout out to Jalen Morrison. I'm not sure if I haven't seen Springfield. I don't know if they're still running the wing T kind of offense. Did they
I'm not
throw?
sure.
Also, they threw the ball a couple of times. So
6 times.
okay. Mr. Gordon, 2 receptions, 75 yards. So yeah, this just looks like a really solid, like back and forth kind of game. So Springfield is always like an amazing feeling winning a playoff game on the road. So shout out to you guys. Thoughts on this one, Mac?
Yeah. I haven't seen Springfield play. I saw East Harlem Pride play. I haven't seen Springfield play, but I heard they're pretty good. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be a. I think East Harlem Pride played Eagle in the regular season. I think they lost by 57. Um, so that's gonna be tough.
Wait, you said they played in a regular season?
Yeah, East Harlem Pride
Oh,
and Eagle 3.
uh-huh.
They lost by 57.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even know where this game's being played. Oh, I just realized these two teams share a field. Just realized that.
What field do they play at?
Eagle 3 plays at Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yo, that's kind of hype.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean the first time it was 20-4, Eagle Queens over Springfield. So yeah, that's gonna be I really hope that there's a really good turnout for that game, man. An all Queens final.
They said they playing at Eagle Field. Are they playing at Eagle 2 Field? Damn, a Queens
Ooh.
game is coming to being played in. That's what they're saying.
No. Look right here. It says to be announced where the game is being played.
No, they're putting in the chat where the game is going to be. Game is at Old Boys, at Eagle 2 Field. Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Why would it be at Eagle 2's field? What kind of sense does that make? Somebody explain that? I'm sorry. Can somebody explain that to me?
Game at
Why
Old Boys, Eagle 2. You're playing at Eagle Field. Yeah.
why would like
Pretty sure that's what's going on.
so you have two teams that play at the same field, but
Well,
you're
I
gonna
guess it's
move that game
Springfield.
to Brooklyn.
So I think that'd be if they was to play at Springfield, that'll be home field advantage for Springfield. So Eagles the number 1 seed, and they would want home field advantage. Their home field is not, well, it is Springfield, but it's not. So they want a field where they feel at home. And I guess Eagle 3 has a lot of Brooklyn homies. So they like, all right, let's take it to Brooklyn so we can feel at home with our brother or sister school, however you want to put it, Eagle 2. And you can still say
Okay.
we're playing at the Nest. They can call it the Nest. They're the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you. Because I was like,
Coach
if
Pierce
that's
saying
the
it's
case,
wrong. Four people said it's playing at Eagle. Coach Pierce said they're not playing at Eagle. So to be
yeah,
honest,
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
I guess we're still figuring it out right now. Yeah.
Okay, but it is an exciting matchup. I think we all picked the Eagle Queens FJM rematch.
Yes, yes.
Um, I think I'm still standing on that. I haven't really seen much to tell me otherwise. This Eagle Queens defense is swarms all over the field. Um, and FJM definitely don't overlook Far Rock. Far Rock is definitely coming off a high, getting their revenge on LIC. So FJM, you guys got to take care of business in the Shark Tank to earn your trip to the championship game. And remember,
Yeah.
Sage Media, we will be streaming all those games. So definitely fight tooth and nail to get to that chip game. So that is the 2A. Really, really, this could be, yes, there are clear favorites in this bracket, but I'm still excited to see the scores and talk about it. And the 1A, to close it out, I actually went to Old Boys Field on Saturday. Ran into some tech guys. So definitely shout out to all the guys from Transit. You know, they've just been steamrolling everyone in this division. Like, we have to be honest. If we look at their score, I mean, just look at these scores. I mean, they had a very close game, first game of the season against Mott Haven. I got some context from this game. They said it was a very rainy day. Jamaica also played them very close, 8-0. But since then, I mean, hold on. Trix had some close games. I mean, they
Yeah.
beat,
That's
we
great.
have a 56, a 48, a 22. Hold on a second. Hold on. This 1A playoffs is gonna be kind of lit too. Hold on. This Final Four is kind of nice. Those games were close. So that actually has me more excited. Okay, so all right, Eagle Brooklyn is gonna be very busy this weekend. two
Yeah.
games, two games at Eagle Brooklyn. Transit versus Jamaica, and just like I showed you before, sorry, I'm just gonna go back. This was 8-0 Transit at home last time. So this is definitely a Jamaica team that's gonna feel confident coming into this matchup that they can come and get an upset. And Jamaica went on. Ooh, look at this, Mac. Jamaica went on the road,
Yeah, I was seeing
41-8 over.
Frederick Douglass.
What's this about? Oh, 20-0 in the first quarter. Okay. Shout out to Ducci. 15 attempts, 135. Oh, look at these some good stats in these running backs. Okay, I see you, Jamaica. So
All
Transit,
right.
you got to come correct, man. Don't think that you guys have a win. And any thoughts on this matchup here? Transit versus Jamaica, Mac?
I think Transit is going to take care of business. Yeah, I think Transit is going to do everything. So Transit home field is old boys and girls too.
Yes, a lot, quite a few people there. Sorry, you're saying that we
Great.
didn't cover FJM versus
They said you didn't cover their stats from the last game.
Betrides? That's my apologies.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
versus
Mac.
Patriot.
If you don't mind, we'll just go over this.
Ah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize we didn't cover it. So 20-0 in the first quarter. So jumped all over them to begin with. Uh, Mr. Haney, very good. Ooh, 7 for 10, 111 yards. Very efficient day for DeHarris.
Air raid.
Um, very efficient day. Mr. Cisse doing what he does best, 6 rushes for 100 yards. Elijah White getting on the board with a touchdown.
2 catches, 16
Where's
yards.
my favorite player?
Nah, Jacob
Jacob
Reed.
Reed. Let me see what.
Jacob Reed had 7 carries, 23 yards. He had a slow day.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
that's my guy right there, Jacob
yeah.
Reed, boy. Oh, Tyrese Butts, is this
Yeah,
88? No, 52. Okay.
yeah, he played in the Rising Stars game.
7
Wow.
tackles. Yeah, so not so much to say about this game other than, FJM did what they're supposed to do, like Max says.
Yeah,
This game was over, pretty much over at halftime, it seems like.
yeah.
Um,
27.5.
so huge shout out to you guys. Like, we both have you guys in the championship. You have to take care of business. The matchup is, sorry, slipping my mind. Far Rock. Yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah, Far Rock. I mean, that's not
They
gonna be an
played,
easy game.
Far Rock. They played Far Rock in the regular season. I think they won like 32-0. So I don't see this game being
Yes.
different.
Hey, it's like I said, it's always hard to beat a team twice.
It is.
So definitely shout out to the Sharks. Um, I don't know what someone's saying that we're weird. I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, it's all right. So back to the 1A, just to give these guys love. Again, a team that, I'll say a program that, has a lot of history and we're really happy to see them doing well. Gritty win over Smith Campus, 14-6. And Mott Haven, I saw A-Tech play. Shout out to that coaching staff. I think A-Tech has a pretty good team, and Mott Haven was able to take care of business there. And so that sets up a really nice matchup between Grady and Mott Haven. And both of these teams play transit close. So, on 12-1, don't just come for the 4A. We have some really competitive games in the 1A for real. E, shout out to you, my guy.
All right. Right, man.
Obviously not the result y'all wanted, but y'all definitely went out on your sword. We were all tuned in. I think there was almost, I forget the numbers, but it was a big number. I think it was 1,000. Yeah, it was over 1,000 watching that game,
His
and y'all went out on your sword, man.
his JV team won a championship though.
Yo,
Yeah, congrats, man. Congrats.
28-0. I did see that score, man. So shout out to the Cardinal Hayes JV. Cardinal Hayes just a machine. They were reloading. And listen, they're going to be in the Final Four next year. We can call that out early. Hayes is going to be right back into the mix on Vars. So I wish I had my T-shirt with me. I would hold up my T-shirt. So shout out to Coach E and the Cardinal Hayes JV. Oh, I got my face on here for it. So that's a wrap. Yo, look at the chat. Mac, gotta make this
Yeah.
happen, dude.
You don't really want that. Nah, let me stop. Now we spoke about that earlier though. We spoke about that earlier. Topville's good though. Topville's good. Topville JV's program is pretty good.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everyone. Yo, we consistently have like 40 people after a damn near 3-hour show in the chat, man. This is freaking incredible for real. And yo, we only have 3 more shows. No, 2 more shows.
Wow.
We only have 2 more shows.
2 more?
We have next week.
2 years.
Yeah, we only have 2 more shows.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
we're obviously the championship preview, the championship recap, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's season one of New York Football Talk. So huge shout out to everyone, man, for the support y'all are giving us. huge shout out to Coach Mac for staying late, man. I know you got a lot to do. I got some dinner waiting for me. Freaking starving, I can't even lie. But I mean, it was the semifinal. We knew that this one would be a long show.
Yeah,
There's so many games to talk about. I think next week will be shorter because we only have it's half the games to talk about,
yeah,
obviously. Um, so huge shout out to everyone. Shout out to my guy in the chat. Um, yo, Lyle and Muncie have they might be like
yeah.
DMing each other. It's like they're like in sync right now with these jokes. Yo, so shout out to y'all. Like I said, we're gonna be at all of the championship games. Definitely pull up on me, say what up, chop it up a bit. Obviously, I'm gonna be, I have to commentate 4 games, so I'm gonna need my freaking mint tea in between these commentary. Um, but huge shout out because I'm just really excited to be able to put on for everyone. We did the 3 and the 4A last year, but the 1 and the 2A they deserve some love too. And the 2A game, man, I know Matt could be watching with his heart on his sleeve, man. If it goes the way we think it is, of course, Far Rock has something to say about it. Springfield has something to say about it for real. So, congratulations to everyone who was able to win a playoff game. Obviously me and Mac, former athletes, winning a playoff game is something you remember forever. And going to a championship game is absolutely something you'll remember forever. So put everything on the line this weekend. We'll be there to hopefully cover as much as we can. Mac, final words.
Nah, man, I'm looking forward to wow. I came back. That's crazy. I'm looking forward to the playoff games, man. I'm hoping I can see these games on Saturday. I know I can't make any of them due to something coming up. So I'm hoping these teams reach out to you and we kind of get some video coverage and streaming coverage for these games.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man. That's episode 11? Did I even update it properly? Is it episode 11? Yeah, episode 11. New York Football Talks. Coach Mac, Jared Valluzzi, Andre Johnson. Salute to everybody. Like I said, play your hearts out this weekend. Don't let it be your last.